T2 Sacramento, Sacramento's official home for the San Francisco 49ers.
Touchdown! San Francisco!
Sactown Sports.
The Carmichael Dave Show.
He's on the microphone when he's not on the microphone. He's playing a song, and when he's not playing a song, he's on the microphone, and then
boom, with Jason Ross.
No, he didn't. Yes, he did.
Call or text at 916-339-1140.
It's the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross on Sactown Sports.
That was yesterday.
Yeah. Let's go for a fresh batch.
3 days in a row now.
Over there before I get my coffee.
3 days in a row, the lead morning show host over at KNCI, Pat Still, has made coffee pretty much specifically for us. And,
Did he bring us Valentine's too?
yes, he brought us, I opened it up. Chris gave me a misdirection, waving at me, thinking maybe it was from him. Opened it up. It's football. Says you're a catch.
Oh, I got basketball.
You got a basketball?
I guess mine is. Hope your day is a ball.
Oh wow!
What do you think I got?
A soccer ball.
Hey,
What does it say?
I get a kick.
That's nice. Do you think Pat is trying to send a message here, and like he's actually on the outside trying to be cool, but on the inside he's like, "Hey, here's the football. Remember Sunday?" Yeah, living it.
I don't think he's doing that.
Living it, loser.
I think he is doing that.
Yeah, I think
he's
so.
a soccer ball. Hey, great game by City yesterday.
Great game. Yeah,
Oh,
wow.
I got
Kings lost.
Wow.
So he likes me.
Is Pat secretly being a wiener?
He just brought you in coffee.
He did, to cover up. See, that's misdirection. Misdirection. It's direction. She's not married. It's misdirection. And by the way, creamer and some stir sticks. Good morning, everyone.
Good morning.
How are you?
I'm great. How are you?
I'm good. I have news to report. So, end of the game yesterday, varsity was up big. Ginger goes in for his first varsity appearance, his varsity debut. All the Magoo debut. Goes in, dude. First play inbounds. I mean, remember again, confidence is his kid's issue, or not a confidence, but aggression. First play,
fight.
Just beat the
fights the ref.
Corner three, wide open, baby, up and off the side of the backboard. And then 3 plays later, gets it in the block, goes right, spin, just a beautiful spin, loses his man for the nice blocked. And you got it, but he did get a rebound.
This is the big leagues, pal.
Right. You can't screw around with that. So, like, he comes home.
So he's
Set the screen.
He's 0 for 2.
He's 0 for 2 with a rebound. So he's he's officially
sit over here
in the box. Yeah, I know, yeah.
You need to get those points to get in the paper.
That's exactly right. I would say maybe he was channeling his inner Davion Mitchell with that 3. I don't know. He's a big Mitchell fan. Loves to play defense. You know what? This is where the big boys eat. And you got to learn the hard way, kid.
Yeah.
So I'm like we're in the kitchen getting ready, and I'm like doing I have an orange and I'm spinning, and I just block myself. I'm like, oh, I'm so embarrassed.
Like, get sent down to Stockton.
Yeah,
today.
Yeah, the Stockton Baby Kings. Yeah, there's nothing like trolling your own. I just
supportive dad.
I love trolling.
Yeah,
I absolutely
so proud of you. Awesome, our varsity debut. Blocked.
Is that payback for when he was trolling the Niner fans?
Update on that. Yeah, so he had trolled. For those of you who missed it, right after the game, he's got his basketball team group text. They're all Niner fans, and of course, my son in all caps. I forget what it was like. Chiefs and Mahomes, rule unbelievable, something like that. Dynasty, whatever. Everybody's lose, so he got to school and just was basically in the middle of the group, just shoving him around like a pinball, just and not like boys type of stuff. And I was like, bro, and so we're on the ride home. I go, dude, did you come clean? Like, at what point did you come clean and let them know LOL, I'm a huge, Niner fan. My dad's a huge Niner fan. Like, I'm messing it. Like, what point did you come clean? He's like, dude, that was too good of a troll. Yes, I still have it. And honestly, I looked at him. I was like, little tear.
Proud.
I raised a little troll.
Yeah.
So cute. So cute. It's just a little big orange on a toothpick, mop-headed troll. God bless him. Who also, I got to add to, last night came home and we're trying to eat. And all of a sudden it's like, bro, are you wearing blocks of blue cheese as shoes? Because that's exactly what it smells like. Holy God. I thought if my feet were that bad, because I know I had smelly feet when I was his age, but dear Lord, you could bottle that and like take care of ISIS. Like that is just rough. And I got him all the spray. He's got the spray, the Gold Bond, and the baby powder. And some about teenage boys, dude, just absolutely
stinky.
100. That's not even like the right frame of mind. Anyways, and then we had the Kings game last night.
Yeah,
that was neat. Big Huddersfield Town match today at 11:45. Jason,
you don't have to tell me. I'm
right?
going.
Playing Sunderland.
Yeah,
I'm
going.
Are you gonna be there?
Mm-hmm.
What's that? That's Stadium of Light, right?
Yeah.
They're playing Kiefer or Donald.
Dang it! I want to have a third Sutherland to come back. Scott. Ooh.
What's the daughter?
Jeannie.
Yeah.
Sutherland.
That was Jessica.
Jessica Sutherland.
Yeah.
Oh no.
Did they just do what I
Is
thought
it happening
for the first time ever?
Ever? No, I don't. I think it was random.
Okay.
I think it was random.
Yeah, it's gone.
It's gone. Yeah. So big game there, and big game tonight. Back to back Nuggets.
The Nuggets.
Yeah,
the champs in Denver. Can't be that hard. Flight. Do they have elevation in Denver? Maybe
little
bit.
Little.
It should be
bit.
fine.
When Monk gets there.
Yeah, elevation sensation.
Do you think Malik Monk deserves like
MVP consideration?
I want to start calling him the microwave, but is that only one guy ever? Because Malik the microwave Monk sounds pretty cool, I think. But then it's like, is that Reggie Miller mentioned that last night on the broadcast? He just said he's kind of like reminds him of microwave Vinnie Johnson. I was like,
and I'm not saying microwave's out of date because we still use them, but I'm trying to think of what could be a
air fryer.
He's the air fryer.
Malik the air fryer Monk. Fryer Monk. Oh,
and air,
right? Oh, mate, what if he was the air FRIAR, the air fryer?
Yeah.
Wow. Interesting. I'm thinking of the fat guy in Robin Hood.
I want to see
Kevin
t-shirts
Costner.
of this.
And just the air, absolutely.
With the hair.
with the, what do you call it?
Yeah. Then he's the hair fryer.
The air. Should run that by him. Would you prefer?
Run that by him. Hey, let's get Malik on the horn right now.
So the two nicknames that people have given him from the station have been from Whitey calling him King of Kings. Or are you going with air fryer?
We're all, I don't know if you know this or not, but Malik means king in Arabic.
I haven't heard that.
Heard that before.
Not sure. Can you prove that?
Yeah.
I think we run it by him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What else? Went at lunch with the American Energy guys yesterday.
Did you?
They said to say hello.
Yeah.
Good guys.
Yes.
Yeah, they're really nice.
Yeah, I can't remember at the moment. This is shame on me, but yeah, when they came to, who was the guy that came to our house that would knew you that goes to those lunches? This was over a year ago.
Okay. It was one of the two guys.
Yeah.
Wow, they did such a good job. You haven't even seen them in over a year.
That's wow.
True.
See, that's what happened.
Yeah.
Hey, and I found out what the difference is between a tune-up and a diagnostic.
Okay.
Diagnostic means there's something wrong, and they'll go out there and they will find out what's wrong and tell you, and then you get it repaired. Tune-up, there's nothing really wrong. They just tune up your thing.
They do that twice a year, something like that. Spring and fall, basically.
Oh, I know what I had for you. I want to make sure that I'm not losing it. If I were to tell you that Shaquille O'Neal was a better pure scorer than Kevin Durant, would you agree with that?
Define that what do you mean by that?
Like, what is a pure scorer?
Yeah, but why are you saying that?
Durant made a shot last night. It was one of those Durant-y, just like, there's nothing you can do.
Two hands in his face.
Right. Just at, 20 feet away, just tickles the twine. I said Kevin Durant might be, if not one of the best pure scorers we've ever seen in the game. Just an impossible guard.
Okay.
And then, that devolves into this giant argument about this one guy was like, dude, he's not even like as good a scorer as Shaq or Jokic.
Okay. I thought you said the other way around.
No.
Well, you were making their point.
I was.
Okay. I was a little confused. No, it's Durant.
And
they're different, but it's Durant.
They are. Look, I don't want to get into disrespecting Shaquille O'Neal, one of the greatest of all time, but I never thought of Shaq scored.
He's dominant in that way in size and physical play, but
totally different type of player.
He's not making turnarounds.
No, or free throws.
And even to what you guys were saying, like there was a couple times where not even to belittle Durant, he literally would be like, okay, you're on me. It's tight defense. Just one dribble to the right, rise and fire. It's like there was no move.
No.
You're like, but I can dribble, get to the one dribble.
That's right.
Pull up, shoot. You can't block it, and I'm going to make it. And like, how do you guard that?
You can't. It's this combination of his insanely quick twitch, the fact that he releases at the top of his arc, and he's almost 7 feet tall.
Yeah, but there's not like usually some killer crossover, unbelievable quickness.
Yeah.
And again, none of this is it's just like, I can do what I need to do.
Yes.
I've refined it, and you can't stop it.
And you can't. There were so many times last night. And by the way, this will kind of be the theme, at least for me today. I'm like I don't like to lose. I'm like 100% not mad at the loss last night.
Yeah, it's really too bad they didn't get the reward. Like, if you didn't see the game and you saw just the box scores, there's so many winning elements, and you just kind of get down to a few details of the game. And it's Phoenix would have felt the same way. Like if we're talking about a Kings win,
absolutely.
Like, how did we lose that?
That's absolutely right. You had two good teams playing great basketball, not mistake free, but really good basketball. And Jason, I must have counted at least 5 or 6 possessions where the Kings played like perfect. It was perfect, aggressive. Like you could not have played better defense, and Phoenix somehow scored or drew the foul. And then you have that Grayson Allen 3, that desperation heave that just went down, and I'm like, okay, it's gonna be that.
Yeah,
that's gonna be one.
The Kings were up 9 when that happened. You're like, okay, is this gonna be something? And it was something.
100% it was gonna be something. And really towards the end, I mean, look, there were a couple execution flaws.
Yes,
free throws.
Yeah, wasn't terrible.
Yeah,
but again, when you lose a game like that, you look for the little things and. One could have been a little better at the line themselves, and then not getting a critical rebound on a missed free throw when you get a break.
Yeah.
And you've been controlling the rebounds. Frustrating in that sense, but I know what you mean. It was, what's the word? More tolerable of a loss?
Well, that's the thing. I think a lot of people were freaking out last night, and I get it. And a lot of people, I think, were freaking like over the top. And
like lumping it into like some of the worst.
And like
here they go again.
This team is a fraud. They're lucky to be a play-in team. I've seen enough.
Last night was the one that made them.
And I'm sitting and I'm thinking like, well, hold on, guys. Like, yes, I'm upset at the schedule in the future. I'm upset that they're dropping down. Like all of the situation is scary. But last night's not the bad. It's Portland, it's Charlotte, it's Detroit, it's those games. It's blowing a 32-day run against Phoenix last time. Be mad at that. I can't be mad at last night.
Yeah, like for example, let's paint a grim picture, and they fall to 10th. And they played like last night, they'd probably get through to the playoffs.
I completely agree with you.
Now, I don't want any of that situation. I want to be in top 6. But we also know that last night is not the norm. There could be Detroit. There could, we know all the examples of how else they can play.
Earl, on we'll get to a lot of your chats and texts and stuff, and of course your phone calls only as well. Excuse me. Earl said Harrison Barnes 9 points of crap defense, not a winning element. I was watching a different game. I actually was really fine with Barnes. He shot 50%. He only had 9 points, but I thought his defense for the most part was great. The few issues I saw is people kept leaving to help. Davion Mitchell was helping way too much with Kevin Huerter, which isn't, and Huerter obviously did something wrong because Mike Brown got in his head, in his ear. I didn't have an issue with Harrison.
Yeah, I mean, sometimes you have other teams. Like, to me, Phoenix obviously went small again, and they got things to where they were kind of hunting the mismatches.
Yeah.
And to their credit, there's another team trying to do something to beat you. And once the Kings kind of figured it out where their advantage was, that's when they came back when they were down 10. It's they were getting every rebound. Sabonis was getting put back. It was like, you have some advantages too. And it was kind of a fun chess match at the end.
I love how Sabonis and Fox showed out like superstars on TNT. I'd like to see that on,
Mr. Fox. That was nice to see.
Yeah, with Kyle. I'd like to see it with Kyle and Katie on some rando night, but let's see how they react this evening. We'll take a very quick break, 1 minute. When we come back, leading off next.
The Kings visit the defending champion Denver Nuggets tonight on Sactown Sports.
And again, Fox pokes it away. Grabbed by Sabonis. Goes ahead. Fox runs under it. Goes for the two-hand flush.
Catch the Kings and the Champs tonight at 6 on your home for Kings basketball, Sactown Sports.
I always wanted to learn Spanish, but I never thought I'd have the time. Then I discovered Babbel.
Babbel's lessons are fun. They only take like 10 or 15 minutes, and in 3 weeks, presto, you're starting to speak another language, like magic.
I love that Babbel's lessons aren't just robots talking. They're voiced by native speakers, so you get the pronunciation just right.
If you want to learn a language, there's no faster, easier, better way than
Babbel.
Babbel.
Go to Babbel.com and start learning a new language today. That's Babbel.com.
I've always gotten tons of UTIs. Cranberry products never worked for me, and I was desperate for a way to be proactive. I'm Jenna Ryan, CEO and founder of Eucora. We've worked with doctors to develop effective urinary tract health products. Just mix a packet of Eucora with water and drink it when you need support, like right after intimacy. Eucora is helping over 100,000 women stay healthy. Ready to join them? Get 30% off at eucora.com/radio. That's UQORA.com/radio.
Let's do it. Leading off, the 3 top stories in the morning.
Huge news. This is very important.
Here's cut number 1.
Here's Fox with a 3, in and out, no good. And this one is over. It went down to the final seconds. The final score is 130-125. What a ball game tonight between the Phoenix Suns and the Sacramento Kings. This one had huge implications from the get-go. Phoenix in the number 6 spot in the West, Sacramento in the number 7 spot with not much room to work. And so Phoenix now takes a little firmer grasp on that position in the Western Conference. And the Kings will start thinking about the rematch with the Denver Nuggets tomorrow night.
Yeah, it's going to be tough, too. Nobody was getting pulled early in this game last night.
No, major minutes. They logged it, which made sense. They were going for it. They should have. They had their chances. And G-Man even said it their day. That was the other bummer. I mean, look, you lose. That hurts. A few days ago, they were 5th, dropped 7th, back to 5th, back to 7th. Now they're 8th.
Yeah.
They're in that cluster of teams. And again, a good couple days and breaks, they could be right back to 5th. But it goes the wrong way. And, Lakers are surging. Here come the Warriors. So you just got to keep going. The schedule isn't easy, but they could have won the season series last night. That's the other bummer that they didn't get.
Yeah. No, you're right. I'm not tripping yet. Like, as you said, they're a half game behind Dallas, a game and a half behind the Pelicans and Suns. That there's a, I want to say a ton of time. There's a lot of time left in the season, and this schedule is eventually going to clear up a bit. I mean, they're just in an incredibly difficult stretch right now. Loved the way Fox played, 40-9 to go with 6 assists. He did have the 6 turnovers, and he had those 2 late free throw misses. He was, the overall, he was 7 of 10. The Kings shot 75% from the line. I'll take that. I'll take that. Give me 75%, for the most part. And my favorite thing was Domantas Sabonis on TNT showing out for everybody.
And they showed him a lot of, I actually thought they showed the Kings a lot of love.
I do too. And I think they really openly focused, Ali LaForce, Reggie, everybody really openly focused on how is this guy not an all-star?
Yeah.
And it's getting to the point where honestly, and again, I'm too lazy to do the research. I really wonder if by the time they have 1 game left, is this like literally one of the biggest all-star snubs in NBA history? I can't think of a time when a guy on a winning team who leads the league in triple doubles, leads the league in double doubles, leads the league in rebounds, and they had a couple other stats on that graphic there that he leads the league in, didn't make an all-star team.
Yeah.
As a matter of fact, you know what? Here's one. Let's say minimum amount 5. Has there ever been somebody at the All-Star break leading the NBA in triple doubles that didn't make the All-Star team? Just simply that alone.
I mean, I don't know, but I'm going to guess there's no way.
I don't think so. I don't think Russ or Harden ever were that one. Doncic has never missed it. Like, honestly, I don't. And maybe the minimum should be 8, I don't know, 5. But, in a year where that mattered.
Yeah.
So it is what it is. That's fine. They mentioned his wife. His wife. Well, it's $1.3 million. My wife would be pissed too.
But there's some other incentives that now I think he was tracking already. There is a list of players that have not made All-Star games that still make All-NBA, which some players in kind of league-wide consider even a greater achievement because now you're dealing with both leagues. There's limited numbers. And certainly with Embiid, if he's out the rest of the year, he could get second team All-NBA at the center.
That's actually really true.
And so all of a sudden, you're just looking at 2 times in a row as a full season as a King, as an All-NBA player. Like, we get it. We should have been an All-Star, but the numbers are just ridiculous. And there's some people that I've heard say hollow. It's not. I don't think it is.
Yeah, the hollow, it's like there's this like growing group of loud, low in numbers people, and it's social media.
Yeah.
The whole like empty calories with Sabonis, they're the same people that think Brock Purdy is just a game manager, who are the same people that think that the NFL is rigged.
Right.
Like, get help, man.
And I think that can be the case on nights for Sabonis, for Fox, for Durant, for Doncic. I mean, really, there are nights where you go, yeah, the guy had some numbers, but I don't know that it did much. I don't think that's not the overall blanket that you throw on Sabonis.
No,
not by any means.
There's certainly nights where your input. There's certainly nights where the box score doesn't tell the story on both sides.
Right.
Like last night with Harrison Barnes.
Yeah,
I actually thought he had one of his an above average game for him, especially because he's checking. He's going back and forth checking Durant and Booker. They're going to make you look stupid, and I appreciated his effort. I didn't think he did the disappearing act like he often does. But then you're right. Yeah, there's also there's also other nights too where it's the other way around. A lot more on that, including we'll get into tonight as well. Number 2, please.
Cut number 2.
Kings lead 111-86. Malik Monk going to try for 3 in the right angle. Score it! 23 points for Malik Monk. Denver, 21 turnovers, leading now to 37 Sacramento points. And the Kings lead at 114-86. Michael Malone has called his next to last timeout.
Yeah. Denver tonight. And
Denver's lost a couple in a row, too. The last one, the 2 losses are blowouts by the Kings and blowout by the Bucks.
Yeah, that's quite interesting.
Fun.
Yeah, they're going to be, and they don't want to go into the All-Star break feeling a certain type of way.
Yeah, they got this one. They actually play tomorrow night, too. They've got the front end of a back-to-back. They play, I think, the Wizards. And they're going to, sounds like, no KCP and Jamal Murray tonight. Sounds like.
They got to do your job.
Yep.
You got to do your job, because this, I'm already seeing it on the text line. Like, the people are already saying Nuggets by 30. And I understand that. We'll talk about this a bit later. But I got to be honest, man. I got a weird feeling about tonight. I don't think they're going to win. I don't. My spider sense is tingling. Like this could be a better game than I think people think.
Okay.
I like the way they match up with this team. You've got some key, as you mentioned, injuries going on with the Nuggets. And I do buy second night of a back-to-back as a potential issue.
Yes.
But also
yeah. And if Denver's down those 2 players, it impacts them in multiple ways. Yes. And then they're not as deep as they were when they were the champs.
No.
the Kings can maybe hit him with numbers. It's unfortunate that Trey Lyles was sick last night because I think he would have helped. And if he's, I'm going to guess he's out tonight too. That's a guess.
Sure.
We know Sasha's definitely out now for weeks.
Yeah.
So just a little bit thinner on the Kings bench, but yeah, see if you can take advantage of Denver's guys being out.
I said Sasha Vezenkov has a grade 3 sprain. I looked up the definition of that.
It's not good.
It says a ligament snapped.
Yeah.
So he's going to be out for a while. Real quick, cut number 3, please.
Cut number 3.
Decided going into the playoffs.
Let me. That's my fault. I fired that early. You know what? As a matter of fact, you know what, Chris? We're late for a break. I'll save that. That's Kyle Shanahan talking about his overtime decision. We'll get to that at 6:43. We'll take a quick break. We've got audio for you from last night. King Suns, we'll relive that. A fun game until the end. We'll do that next right here in Sactown.
Subscribe to Sactown Sports on YouTube and watch the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross, Stiles and Watkins, and the Drive Guys. Live Monday through Friday from 6 to 6. Plus view archive shows and exclusive content.
Subscribe at youtube.com/Sactown Sports.
Sacramento weather is brought to you by Arnold Law Firm.
I'm Tamara Berg in the KCRA 3 Weather Center. Your Wednesday forecast starts out cloudy and overcast. We will expect rain developing later this afternoon and through the evening drive home. Expect today a little cooler with highs in the upper 50s. Get the latest forecast on the KCRA 3 News and the KCRA 3 app.
The recent storm has caused dangerous driving conditions for us. The Arnold Law Firm has seen how a collision can turn anyone's life upside down. Be alert and stay safe. The Arnold Law Firm, providing real justice for you since 1975. Call 916-777-7777.
The first time I tried to quit vaping, I told myself that it was like a mountain that I had to climb over. And once I got to the other side, it would be clear. But I couldn't make it over. What really got me to quit was my little sister. I saw her vaping. So I was back in the mountain, but this time she was up there with me. It's weird what you can do for others that you won't do for yourself.
Every attempt is part of your story to quit for good. Visit Kick It California today at kickitca.org.
God, I'm so stressed. It's a brand new year and our business is busier than ever.
Ooma.
What is that? Meditation?
I'm recommending the Ooma cloud phone system with auto attendant and more than 35 features.
Ooma?
Yep. Switching to Ooma is a cinch. Starts at $19.95 per month per user, plus taxes and fees.
Ooma.
Now you're feeling it. Visit Ooma.com. That's OOMA.com to learn more. Ooma. Smart communications for the smarter business.
Sactown Sports is home to the Kings, Niners, and now the business of sports. Hosted by Kelly Brothers and brought to you by Cap Trust, offering customized, independent financial advice at captrust.com. Join Kelly Brothers, Carmichael, Dave, and Jason as they look at the business of sports every Thursday at 7:40 a.m. You want to know how sports really work? Follow the money with Kelly Brothers from Cap Trust on Sactown Sports.
What's up? We're talking to Chad Hoblet of Hoblet Dodge, Chrysler, Jeep, Ram, and Woodland. What's happening for Chrysler's President's Day sale?
Huge savings on our remaining 2023 Rams. This month you can save up to $15,000 off MSRP on new 2023 Ram 1500 Bighorn Crew Cab 4x4s. And you won't find a better selection of new Ram trucks in Northern California with over 500 Rams available.
That sounds like a good deal, but why drive all the way to Hoblet?
For 4 generations, we prided ourselves on being the small town dealer with big city selection and savings. When you buy from Hoblet, you're family, which is why so many of our customers come back and buy from us time after time.
Come to Hoblet and see what it's like to be treated like family at California's #1 Ram truck dealer. See our full selection at hobletdodge.com. Unbeatable prices, unbeatable selection. Nobody beats Hoblet, period. $15,000 total net savings after $74.88 factory rebates and $75.12 dealer discount. Rebates may include 1,000 case construction bonus cash. Must have purchased eligible with new case equipment to qualify, and 500 first responder bonus cash. Must be carry a member of eligible First Responder Association. 5 with this net savings. Symbol VIN 700008.
At aimyourdigital.com, we'll help you target the right audience, build your leads, and crush your quota. Take your business to the next level. Our digital marketing strategies help grow awareness of your product or service, all while building trust in your business. Our approach involves leveraging multiple tools and strategies to deliver exceptional results that are customized to your unique business needs. Don't wait to run out of sales leads. Keep your business growing. Get started with aimyourdigital.com today.
Guys, want to lose weight, improve your performance, and increase your drive?
Revive Men's Health Sacramento can help you address the root causes of weight gain, low energy, poor drive, and performance issues. And since your testosterone level has a direct impact on your weight and fitness, we'll give you a free T-check and free exam at Revive Sacramento. Imagine upping your game, losing weight, and getting in shape all at once. Revive can help you make it happen with our new cutting-edge weight loss medications, like your favorite athletes and celebrities use. They're affordable and available now. Weight gain and low T are treatable conditions. We know we can help you. Take that first step and book today. You're only one step away from getting in the best shape of your life. Call Revive Men's Health at 916-277-8599. That's 916-277-8599. Or visit ReviveMen'sHealth.com.
Whitey here reminding you that not all grills are created equal. Start your 2024 grilling season right with a new lifetime warranty Napoleon Prestige line of outdoor cookers. My personal Napoleon P500 series gas grill has turned me into a grilling pro. It's incredible. Napoleon Prestige grills, versatile grilling for every occasion. Form, function, and luxury can come in the same package. Just go to your local Green Acres Nursery and Supply for the best selection today, or visit Napoleon.com for a dealer near you.
Welcome to the President's Day sale, happening now at Northern California's #1 Honda dealer, Stockton Honda. Celebrate with us and get huge savings on our giant selection. Whether you're shopping new or pre-owned, Stockton Honda has the selection and savings. Plus, get top dollar for your trade.
Anytime, anywhere, it's all here. StocktonHonda.com.
Number one claims based on 2023 total new and Honda certified pre-owned vehicle car sales from American Honda Motor Company. L1 report.
The Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross.
Call or text at 916-339-1140.
On Sactown Sports.
All right, so before we get to King's audio here, I have two sports thoughts in my head. I just don't know where to put them.
Sports.
So number one, this one I had on the car ride in. Why aren't they using aluminum bats in the home run derby? Like, how cool would that be? Just to see it.
Okay.
Just to see it. Well, I mean, if you knew they were using aluminum bats, like, wouldn't that add something?
So you're going to watch the steroid Olympics?
It's kind of like steroids, but without, the performance enhancers, the bat.
Okay.
I want to say maybe in like the Caribbean leagues they do something like that.
I think
I've seen something like that
because I saw a clip. That's what it was, a clip somewhere. This is why they don't use aluminum bats in the major leagues, and it showed it might have been a Caribbean league because it looked, the field, I didn't recognize it at all, and they just showed this dude just mashing.
What if, like, how they have like the special ball?
Yeah,
they get like, okay, this pitch, I'm going to get the metal bat, and then you get to keep using it until you miss a home run.
He's heating up.
I think it would be insane to watch somebody, like to watch Mike Stanton or whoever up there, Giancarlo Stanton or whoever, just blasting 600-foot home runs. Like, I think that would be a fun thing to watch.
All rise.
Yeah. Oh, God. Aaron Judge with a metal bat. Like, how is that not going to add more fun to the home run derby? Yeah, like, you still,
those poor kids getting killed in the outfield.
That's the part, though, to just get smashed. And then this one's been talked about, and we should, let me see, we should put this somewhere in here. We'll put this at 6:43, and then maybe we could do it later. But if you're Jed York and John Lynch, are you very quietly picking up the phone?
Oh, that's not that quiet.
Hey, Bill, $10 million, defensive coordinator.
Oh,
what do you think? All right. Oh, you're sailing. Okay, get back. Is that the dog? Okay, get back to me.
It sounded like you said defensive coordinator. You mispronounced it, coach.
Throw a bag at him.
You didn't say head coach.
Come on out to San Francisco.
Did you say head coach?
You're not doing anything this year.
Yeah.
You don't have to have the pressure. Just come out and let's win a ring.
I think there's a problem with that.
Huh.
Kyle
wouldn't want that.
Yeah.
Because it would be over his shoulder.
Mm-hmm.
Might be the right guy to have over your shoulder. I mean, like, is there I can't say there wouldn't be a fear of that, but also, and now I'm playing the age card, but it's not like you've got a 30-year-old phenom behind you.
Right. That's where I'd be worried.
Yeah.
But if I'm Jed York and John Lynch, like, you have to handle that a certain way. Like, you have to not just do the like dreaded vote of confidence. Be like, are you guys kidding me? This guy's going nowhere. Kyle Shanahan is in charge of really at least an NFC championship style dynasty. Like, this team is consistently really, really good. He's one of the best coaches in the league. He's not going anywhere. However, we felt like it just wasn't working out with Steve Wilks, and who better out there? Imagine Bill Belichick focusing on one side of the ball and one side of the ball only. Everyone's buying in.
And the pieces are already there.
The pieces are all already there. This guy has made a living. Tom Brady doesn't play defense. And those Patriot defenses were awesome. And, yeah, he had some pieces. But this is a guy who's made a living out of elevating. And you looked at – I keep going back to the Super Bowl. And I know it's a broken record, and I know this isn't the segment we're supposed to have, but I keep thinking it's Patrick Mahomes and Travis Kelce and Patrick Mahomes and Patrick Mahomes and Mecole Hardman and Patrick Mahomes and Patrick Mahomes. And I'm like, dude, Steve Spagnuolo and that defense, this all-time great, like literally all-time great defense. Are they the 85 Bears? No. Are they the 2000 Ravens? Probably not, but it's like we talked about yesterday, and I understand there's an extra game in the schedule, but they held 20 teams to, what was it, below 24 or 21 points or whatever the hell it was. I should have the stat in front of me. More than the Ravens, more than the Bears. Like, people are like, well, Brock Purdy just wasn't, he's great, but he's not Patrick Mahomes. Well, that's true.
Yeah, fact.
But I'll say there's a bigger gap between Steve Wilks and Steve Spagnuolo. And for me, that's where the focus should be. That's where the Niners came up short. Let me ask you this, Jason. I know this is an impossible question to answer, but if I were to make the following statement, if you put Steve Wilks as the defensive coordinator of the Chiefs and you put Steve Spagnuolo as the defensive coordinator of the Niners, I believe the Niners would have won the Super Bowl this year.
It's hard to not think that, right? And I'm also going to go to truly the people, like I'm saying, like the people that are in football, the diehards, the people that are watching tape upon tape upon tape. You hear them, and the way they talk about Spagnuolo of the Chiefs is like there's reverence, but they also do that to Shanahan.
Yes,
so that's
sure.
where when I hear people like Kyle should have done this, and look, we can debate all the plays. That's fine, but the people in the know think he's one of the best game callers out there. Runs the best offense, all that stuff. Same with Andy Reid. But I think one of the narratives in all of this that has been underplayed is I can't remember what championship this is for Spags. I think it's multiple teams, a couple of Giants, 4? I think. Yeah, so you're talking about one of the all-time great coordinators, one of the great play callers of all time, paired with, we're calling him the GOAT already, whether he's there or not, that's fine. That's a really tough team to beat, and the Niners could have.
The Niners could have.
Yeah.
And I was really high on the Wilks hire out of Carolina. Mm-hmm. It just didn't mesh. All year long, it just did. You felt this. It
felt like they underachieved a bit. Not awful,
right? Not awful, but not Robert Saleh, not D'Amico Ryan,
and not based on what they had. Healthy for the most part. The Fonga injury early on, but Greenlaw in the Super Bowl. But look, they had their guys.
They had their guys.
Added Chase Young. You had Bosa all year. Armstead missed some games, but I mean that it was no different than other teams.
And hell, you had Tyreek Hill on the Dolphins yesterday tweeting about put Steve Spagnuolo in the Hall of Fame.
It's an interesting point.
It really kind of is. So and by the way, and the reason why that popped into my head, well, a number of reasons, but here's the other thing. That's the type of thing that's an opportunity for the Niners to make a massive roster move, and it doesn't cost you a penny on the salary cap.
Yeah,
just throw the bag at Belichick. Just throw the bag at him. See what happens.
Interesting thought.
Also, another NBA note that I didn't write down in here, but remember when we were talking about the news director at KTLA who just randomly during the trade deadline mentioned LeBron James getting traded and that there was something in the works? Adrian Wojnarowski reporting this morning that the Golden State Warriors made a full court press, owner to owner, so Lacob to Genie, to try to work out a way to send LeBron James to the Golden State Warriors and pair him up with Steph Curry at this trade deadline.
I saw the post this morning. Was there any details on return?
I haven't completely read it yet.
Because I'm thinking, now you're talking maybe Clay, Wiggins, or they go younger Kuminga.
It's gotta be.
But that would have really shook up the league.
It would have had to have centered around. I think it would have had to center around Kuminga.
Yeah.
I think in order to even have that conversation, would have had to have centered around Kuminga. You probably, I completely agree with you. I don't know what the money numbers are, but I imagine Kuminga, Wiggins, Clay, and then 2-3 pointless first rounders or whatever. But yeah, that would have to be what it is. And it's interesting because if you're the Lakers, we should read that and get into it tomorrow. Because if you're the Lakers, they're a part of you that's like, I guess that's the problem. When you have LeBron James and Anthony Davis, you can't ever say we're not going to win a championship.
No, but I think both teams are in that spot where you've got mega stars.
Yes.
And what can you get for them if you even want to try to trade them? You're probably doing everything you can to add to your team to try to make one more push.
Right.
And when both teams don't seem like they're championship worthy right now, like if the Warriors did it, I don't even know what it would ultimately cost, but if you still centered a team around LeBron, Steph, Draymond, Chris Paul, like you start to go, could that group do one run at it? Maybe.
I mean, honestly,
maybe
it's interesting.
Yeah.
Here, as promised,
Sabonis protects the dribble, looks now for a cutting. Keegan drives it to the rim and scores.
All right, there you go. We said highlights.
Yeah.
There's one.
Yeah, I like
good score.
Yeah.
We'll take
There's
a
more
break.
to come.
There is a lot more to come, including some post-game audio. We've got audio from TNT as well. Don't forget, Katie Christensen joining us at 8. I believe they flew to Denver last night.
Yes.
So, but she didn't have to work yesterday.
No.
I talked to her. She was at a local establishment with a friend watching the game like a fan, getting a night off, which is very, very cool. Emil Fregoso, Sactown Sports Niners insider, will join us at 9 a.m., as well as we continue our week of post-mortem, if you will, of the 49ers and the Super Bowl when we come back. The overtime decision made by Kyle Shanahan. He went into it yesterday. We'll talk about it next.
Our first year as the radio home of the San Francisco 49ers is one we will never forget.
Going deep down the sideline for are you? He's got it, and he's gone. 10, 5, touchdown! San Francisco! Ayuk is on fire!
Congratulations to the 49ers on a terrific year. And thank you for so many wonderful memories.
The sewer system. It's probably the last thing on your mind, and that's okay. Because at the Sacramento Area Sewer District, it's our first priority. As the region's largest sewer utility, we own and maintain thousands of miles of sewer pipe. And our job is to get to your sewer problem before it interrupts your life. So whether you've got a slow drain or a backup, call us first, day or night. The Sacramento Area Sewer District. It's a dirty job, but we're happy to do it.
Big savings are back at Folsom Lake Honda, your one-stop Honda shop.
Looking to own or lease? We have options for everyone. Plus, lower interest rates at Folsom Lake Honda make for lower payments. It's no wonder Folsom Lake Honda is your one-stop Honda shop.
Get an instant cash offer for your trade at FolsomLakeHonda.com. We'll buy your car whether you buy from us or not.
Visit us today at FolsomLakeHonda.com.
Folsom Lake Honda, yeah, your one-stop Honda shop.
No fees on all Kings tickets happening now. You can experience Sacramento Kings basketball live with no fees on all remaining games. Watch as the Kings take on the top teams in both conferences, including big matchups against the Bucks, Lakers, Knicks, Clippers, and more. Score big on tickets and cheer on the Beam team as they make a push for the playoffs. Don't miss out. This limited time offer is only valid until February 20th. Visit kings.com/no fees to take advantage of this deal today.
At Ashton & Price, over the last 25 years, we've won just about every injury case you can think of.
Slip and fall, falling merchandise, fell through rotted decking, we won those. Dangerous stairs, falls into holes, dog bites, won them. Injured while pedestrian or on a bicycle, auto, motorcycle, big rig, company vehicle, Uber, or Lyft accident, we've won them all. And the best news is there's no fee until you win. So no matter how you got injured,
remember, for the best advice, don't think twice. Call Ashton and Price.
With RT Painting, our name says it all. We are a reliable and trusted commercial and residential painting company serving the Sacramento area since 1998. Employee owned, our attention to detail is second to none. Put our decades of experience serving our community to use for you. Get a free quote today. Call us at 916-900-8112. That's 916-900-8112. Or go online to rtpainting.com. That's rtpainting.com. RT Painting, your trusted and reliable painting contractor of choice.
Plantar fasciitis feels like pointed, sharp pain, very intense. It can make your eyes water. It makes you walk funny because you're trying to get pressure off your heel. I had instability. I was so frustrated. I didn't know what to do. And I was driving past the Good Feet store. I mean, why not? Give it a try.
For over 20 years, we've been helping people like Teresa actually live the life they love without their feet getting in the way.
They wanted to make sure they fitted me with the right thing. And so they brought out several different arch supports and gave me the opportunity to try them in shoes and walk around with them until they found the perfect ones for my feet. I had no idea that they would be that patient, and I had no idea they would be that kind. And you just knew, like, your feet, just when they got on the right ones, they were like, oh yeah. And it really did make a big difference. It made my foot not hurt. I'm Teresa, and that's my Good Feet story.
See what we can do for you with a free personalized arch support fitting at the Good Feet store.
Visit the Good Feet store in Sacramento, Roseville, and Vacaville.
Toyota's President's Day sales event ends Monday. Now is your chance to save big with President's Day deals on legendary Toyota trucks. Don't miss out. Right now, get $750 cash back on the powerful 2024 Tundra, or see your dealer for details on the all-new redesigned 2024 Tacoma. Hurry in. Toyota's President's Day sales event ends Monday. Toyota, let's go places. Offer available through TFS to buyers with premium ready credit. Excludes TRD Pro. Ends 3/4/24.
Waking you up with the best in local sports.
They just make it interesting, you know?
It's the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross
on Sactown Sports.
Some sound here from Kyle Shanahan. Here's Kyle on the decision in overtime.
We did it with our analytics department. We decided that going into the playoffs. I think you guys know how I've explained how I make decisions with that stuff in the past. I take all the information I can get, especially ones I haven't been in, and our analytics felt that was the best way to go. But as you guys know, I don't always just go with that. I take into account what they say, what they think is right, and then I go off my gut in the heat of battle. And I knew what they felt going into it. And when I think about that during the moments I have to make the decision, I think the type of game it was did match what they felt was the best way to do. It did seem more like a field goal game. And our defense had been out there for a real long time right before that. So I didn't feel at all to override that at the time.
Okay. I don't buy that they were just like, oh, overtime.
We don't understand what's going on.
We don't get it.
Yeah, that was a bit overplayed, but it still can be debated whether. No
problem with that.
Yeah, and so again, that rationale is, hey, maybe try to score first, get the terms of the game. The disadvantage of that, and they brought it up in the broadcast, is Kansas City had 4 downs every series to know that, and they used one of them. They had a 4th down and one they converted. But I think Kyle even added later, like if the Niners got the field goal as they did, and the Chiefs ended up with a field goal, then it's sudden death, and the Niners would have had the ball one more time, assuming it didn't expire the full 15 minutes. Right. So they would have another chance.
From the text line at 916-339-1140, from the 916, going back to our conversation about Steve Spagnuolo, And then Steve Wilkes. The Chiefs had 19 points after 4 quarters, and you guys are hung up on the defense. Well, first off, the main point was on the Chiefs defense first and how amazing that was. Secondly, again, the Niners defense wasn't terrible.
It wasn't in this game. I think it was more about the regular season.
Exactly right. And to be honest with you, the Niners defense was good in the Super Bowl. It just feels like it could be better.
Yeah. Yeah.
Feels like
it ran out of gas.
In the end, I think that's exactly what happened.
Need a little more gas.
Here's what Kyle Shanahan talked about.
Did he try too hard?
Well, the effort was there. Yeah. Don't confuse effort with results.
Right.
As our boss says, here he is on the narrative surrounding the game.
I mean, you'd love to fix perception because I would love to win one for what I know about football and stuff. And I know if I fix perception, that means I did everything I wanted to do, which isn't fix perception. It's win a damn Super Bowl. But I also know, like, when you say big games, like, we've got to win a bunch of big games to get to Super Bowls. We've won a lot of big games here. We've won a lot of big games to get into playoffs. The fact that we keep getting there shows you guys how much we've been win games or big games, and I think you guys are aware of that.
And I get his point. That's basically asking him, what is this narrative, or what do you think of this narrative that you can't win the big one? And I appreciate his
the last biggest one. He has not won.
Yeah, and I get it. You got to win the Super Bowl.
Yeah,
the Bills lost 4 in a row. I get it.
Yeah, he will be put in a different category with the Super Bowl. Andy Reid took him a long time. Now he's regarded as one of the greatest of all time, and because he's won multiples, I think Kyle Shanahan has the skill and the ability and the talent around him to do that. But until you do it,
right,
you're on the list of good coaches that have never won a Super Bowl.
Andy Reid in Philadelphia in 2001 lost in the NFC Championship game. 2002 championship game loss. 2003 championship game loss. 2004 Super Bowl loss. That was with Terrell Owens. Kyle Shanahan 2019 Super Bowl loss. 21 and 22 championship game losses. 23 Super Bowl loss. What you've got there, though, is with the exception of 2020. You've got 4 out of the last 5 years that the Niners have either been in the Super Bowl or lost in the championship game. There are 30 other teams that would kill to be in that spot.
Yeah.
That's not settling. That's not, we lost the Super Bowl, but no, it hurts. It sucks. We all want that win. We all want that championship. And there's no one writes songs about, conference championship winners. But it's like the guy said yesterday, well, if you're not first, you're last. No, that's absolutely not the case. If I'm making the second most money of anyone here at the station, which I'm not, but if I was, would I like to make the most? Yeah. Is it the same as if, Donna in accounting making half of what I'm? No, it's not. Of course not. It's a silly narrative that we have in sports with ring culture.
It is. And sometimes there's phrasing that feels appropriate where they say this player or this coach is good enough to get you to X, but not over the top. I don't feel that way. I don't think that's it with Shanahan. He hasn't factually won the final game.
Right.
But I didn't look at Sunday Super Bowl on Shanahan. There'll be plays, though, that we can say, and he would.
Right.
But it's not solely on him. I didn't feel like the other Super Bowl was either. The previous loss to the Chiefs.
Kyle Shanahan did not fumble the ball on the first drive.
No.
Kyle Shanahan didn't have the ball bounce off the foot of a special teams player.
Yeah.
Kyle Shanahan did not have an extra point blocked. Kyle Shanahan, he's got a coach with more balls. Okay, this is the guy that went for it on 4th and 3, and guys like me are screaming, take the effing points, and they converted. Like, bro, he Dan Campbelled in the game, and you're saying he needs to coach. I'm not saying he was perfect. That's not why they lost the game.
Right. If non-fans, they have GM surveys or whatever, GMs or football lifers ranked NFL coaches 1 through 32.
Right.
Isn't Shanahan in the top 5 to top 3?
Yes,
I think so.
Yes.
So you're winning in that. You have a guy. You have the guy.
And I think it's also important to note too, Jason, that it's not just Kyle Shanahan, but it's also important to remember it's Kyle Shanahan and John Lynch and Jed York.
Yeah.
And having an owner and a GM and a head coach that are in that much of lockstep, they're all, I believe John Lynch is older than all of them.
Yeah.
I think he's older than Jed. So, but they're all in a similar generation. They all seem to get along. There is immense trust, communication, and when you just look, and I'm a Cowboy fan, I'm not trying to get out of pocket here with you, but in all seriousness, I guarantee you, Cowboy fans would look at that relationship, those relationships, and wish that they had an owner that would defer to a GM coach battery like Lynch and Shanahan. I'll tell you right now, take Lynch, Shanahan, and Jed York, and have them trade spots with Jerry Jones and Mike McCarthy and Stephen Jones. You tell me Cowboy fan wouldn't take that in a heartbeat? Of course you would. Of course you would. And by the way, Cowboys be in the Super Bowl in the next 3 or 4 years because they got a hell of a lot of talent on the team, but they just have the wrong ingredients mashing together. Yep. Anyways, we'll take a break. Hey, Jim Les, I forgot to mention, he's going to join us fresh off their trip to Hawaii. He'll join us at 7 a.m. for his weekly visit. We're going to do all that in just a couple minutes. In the meantime, I want to talk to you about my friends at American Energy. Yeah. Had a nice lunch with them yesterday. Tried to do that every couple of months. And, when I bring that up, I totally understand. It's like, why is the stupid sports host bringing up the fact that he had lunch with the client people? What does that do for me, dude? This is one of the few times where I'll really go off script, and I'll get to the deals they have right now. But I'll say it again. Been doing this for 20 years. Yes, that sounds old because it is. Been doing, we're in, I think, year 10 of mornings. And I don't want to jinx anything, but one thing I'm always incredibly proud of is never having steered you guys the wrong way, never having to have a conversation of, hey, this guy scammed me, or I did this thing and it was terrible. Now, look, maybe you didn't like this food and maybe you didn't, it's a taste thing, but my point is it's important to me to get to know the people behind the endorsement because I take it very seriously. When I'm telling you to spend I'm recommending that you spend your money on something somewhere. It's very important to me that I know these people. I know they're not scam artists. I know that they truly believe in their work. I know that they're going to do a good job for you. There's my word on the line, along with their business. And that's why I go have lunch with these guys. That's why I enjoy these guys, because I can talk to them about what happens during a tune-up of your HVAC system. I can talk to them about how in almost every case, even in peak summertime, you're going to get same-day service when your air conditioner goes down. And if not, you're getting it the next day. But in almost every case, same day. How they're locally owned and operated. How they're a family-owned business. How they've been around since 81 in Sacramento. They're not this big, giant conglomerate that doesn't know who the hell you are. They know you. They remember you. That's important. 916-520-9990 for a $49 furnace tune-up and safety inspection. 916-520-9990 or AmericanEnergyAir.com, making the uncomfortable.
Subscribe to Sactown Sports.
Jim Les next.
It's the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross, Stiles and Watkins, and the Drive Guys. Live Monday through Friday from 6 to 6. Plus view archive shows and exclusive content.
Subscribe at youtube.com/Sactown Sports.
Try NyQuil Severe Honey Flavor. The nighttime, sniffling, sneezing, coughing, aching, fever, Honeylicious, best sleep with a cold medicine.
Sacramento weather is brought to you by the National Railroad Passenger Corporation.
I'm Tamara Berg in the KCRA 3 Weather Center. Your Wednesday forecast starts out cloudy and overcast. We will expect rain developing later this afternoon and through the evening drive home. Expect today a little cooler with highs in the upper 50s. Get the latest forecast on the KCRA 3 News and the KCRA 3 app.
No one does spring travel like Amtrak. That's because now more kids ages 2 to 12 ride for 50% off. Not only will you travel comfortably, you'll save too. Book now at Amtrak.com. Restrictions apply.
Shop can't miss deals on appliances this President's Day at Lowe's. Right now, get up to 35% off select major appliances. Plus, save an extra $75 on every $750 you spend on all major appliances, like LG, America's most reliable line of home appliances. Shop in-store or online for more deals you can't beat. Lowe's knows savings. Lowe's knows home improvement. Valid through 2/28. Savings vary based on purchase amount. Exclusions apply. See Lowe's.com for more details.
Small business owners, we know finishing your to-do list can feel like rowing upstream, but it's a river, a whitewater river, and the only paddles you have are pool noodles. Then when a new to-do pops up, you're like, nope, I'm already rowing upstream with these pool noodle paddles. At Progressive, we don't want to make your day any harder. That's why we make it easy to get personalized discounts with a commercial auto insurance quote online, so your to-do list is smooth sailing. See if you can save on commercial auto insurance in as little as 6 minutes at ProgressiveCommercial.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates. Coverages and discounts not available in all states and subject to policy terms and underwriting.
Daniel Tosh is coming live Friday, April 12th, Hard Rock Live, Sacramento.
It is great to be here in America. The greatest country in the world.
Friday, April 12th, Hard Rock Live, Sacramento. On sale Friday, 10 a.m. at Ticketmaster.com. Don't miss your chance to see Daniel Tosh live on stage.
Country in the Park is back May 17th and 18th at Cal Expo with Brantley Gilbert, Dustin Lynch, Jay Cohen, Walker Hayes, and more. Tickets start at just $46. Country in the Park, May 17th and 18th at Cal Expo. For more information, visit CITPFest.com. Brought to you by Coors Light, Garner Roofing, and Roseville Kitchen and Bath.
Get ready for an exciting drive in the 2024 Kia Forte GT line, now at Elk Grove Kia for just $19,988. Experience efficiency with an impressive 39 mpg, smooth rides with automatic transmission, and stay on track with the lane departure warning system for only $19,988. Enjoy modern conveniences with its huge 10.25-inch touchscreen with navigation and a rear camera, Bluetooth wireless technology, and the ease of push-button start for only $19,988. Or lease this incredible ride with no cash out of pocket for only $279 per month plus tax. You heard right. No money down and only $279 plus tax. Elk Grove Kia, where driving dreams come true. Visit us today in the Elk Grove Auto Mall or online at elkgrovekia.com.
Sale price $20,738. Dealer choice rebate $750. Net price $19,988. Must finance through Kia Finance 5 at this price. 24 monthly zero cash down. Residual of $63.9050 based on 10K per year. 20 cents a mile over 0 security deposit. Kia Tier 1 approval required. Expires 2/15/2024.
Elk Grove Kia.
All guests come to you from the Folsom Lake Honda Hotline. Folsom Lake Honda, your one-stop Honda shop.
From the Power Business Technology Toshiba Studios, KHTK AM Sacramento, KYMX HD2 Sacramento, the only station in Sacramento giving you local sports coverage from 6 a.m. to 6 p.m. Monday through Friday.
Sactown Sports.
The Carmichael Dave Show.
He's on the microphone when he's not on the microphone. He's playing a song, and when he's not playing a song, he's on the microphone, and then boom.
With Jason Ross.
No, he didn't. Yes, he did.
Call or text at 916-339-1140.
It's the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross on Sactown Sports.
All right, hour number one in the books. Jim West, head coach of UC Davis, coming up in just a second. 3 for Madness next. Katie at 8. Emil at 9. Rammstein right now. What do I have for you when we went to the break? I don't remember.
Oh,
I had something for you. I had something for you, Jason.
Yeah.
It was something football-y. We'll get to that. All right. Freshly tanned.
He was probably in the film room, studying, working.
Yeah, definitely.
I don't know if he enjoyed Hawaii or not.
Yeah, well, you had the, close game. What am I talking about? Close game. It was 17-point rough game. You had the split because you had the blowout earlier. And we talked to Coach Les last week about the way the Super Bowl was going to work out, which I'm also very curious about as well, as we welcome in Coach Jim Les, UC Davis. Coach, it's David Jason. Good morning, sir.
Morning, guys. Just a reminder, Valentine's Day today.
Yeah.
Do not forget.
Hey, Coach, have you ever fallen for the what do you? Okay, you're a vet. What is your advice when your significant other says, you know what, just get me a card, or let's just not really do anything for Valentine's Day? And we've all probably been there. What's the move there?
Well, the move is, fortunately, I have daughters. So I go to them. And I say, okay, I'm getting I only need a card. What should I do? And they usually come up with great suggestions. So, and I get the credit for them, but it's really coming from the daughters. So they're coaching me up.
Can I ask you, Coach, how old your daughters are?
They are 28 and 24.
I ask because mine is 16, and I wasn't aware that you were a daughters guy. So, as the slow march of the death of childhood creeps in the back of my head as I wake up in the middle of the night, sweaty and shaking with the thoughts of sending my daughter in a year and a half out into the real world to college and God knows what. Do you have any coaching advice for me?
Well, I'm a big time girl dad, and it's amazing how from day one they've had me wrapped around their finger. So I've been blessed with some great daughters, and no question, Dave, it is very a contentious time when you send them off into the world and all the madness and craziness that's out there, and the worrying doesn't stop even now as they're getting into their professional lives and they're living in Southern California. The worry and concern doesn't stop. So
it doesn't get any better.
I was going to say, that didn't help you, did it, Dave?
I'm looking for a better answer, but that's all I got for you.
That's honesty.
That's actually the truth.
Yeah. Coach, he was hoping for some sort of layup right there. Just didn't happen, the realities of life.
I need the trick into how I can get them to live with me until they're, 30, 35, just stay in the room, play with stuffed animals.
Yeah, not happening.
Well, I actually, did the, crazy thought of, hey, why don't you go to UC Davis?
Yeah.
Both of them got into UC Davis. Why don't you come to UC Davis? So then I get a chance to be around them and see them all the time. And I'm like, wait a minute. You want us to go to school where you have access to us and our grades every day? Yeah, we're not doing that.
Yeah. We're trying to get away.
Right.
Yeah. Wow. So, Coach, how was last week's overall experience? Dave mentioned it, the split. Obviously, you went to Hawaii with full intention to win. That game got away. You did win earlier in the week, but just the overall experience of the week. I know going there is not a typical Hawaii trip like we suggested last week, but how do you feel about your Aggies now that we're getting down here closer to crunch time of the season?
Yeah, this is the best time of year. I mean, you're in mid-February, getting into March, and every game has significant meaning, which is where you want to be and what you want to be doing. So, the Thursday at home against Fullerton, we get a nice win. The trip to Hawaii, it is what it is. I was really worried as a coach for our physical energy because it's time change and a long flight and all the things that go on with travel. And I thought our physical energy was great. I thought we had some mental fatigue. We've made some mistakes with our scouting report and some of our schemes that were just uncharacteristic. Now, I want to give Hawaii credit. They go 9 for 11 in the first half from 3. I've been involved in a lot of basketball games, and I can't remember ever having a first half in a team that I've been with or against who's gone 9 for 11 from 3. So give them credit; they took advantage. When you say I got tanned, that was part of the tanning, all right. Was, watching them drain every shot, but was proud of our fight and. We have another big week this week. We've got Long Beach State on Thursday at the UCU, and then Riverside on Saturday at 2 p.m. So 2 really good college basketball games. If people come check the Aggies out, I think they'll be thoroughly impressed with these young people, how hard they play, how they play together, and it's a good quality. Disappointed, wanted to get the sweep. It didn't happen, but sometimes you got to take your butt kicking like a man and move on. And we're excited about the opportunities this week.
Coach Jim West with us. Just to add to that, I also want to mention, in addition to the great folks that playing and the program and the basketball, it's also boba and mochi night, where the first 500 fans are going to get boba and mochi donuts. So look, food,
incentive,
drink,
And one more promotion for the students only on this one is they get the putt from half court for a $500 Delta voucher from Sacramento International Airport. So, and you know, if you check out the social media, I'm guessing today or tomorrow for the Aggies, you know, the said coach did a little prelim on the half court putt.
Oh, we'll have to.
I don't want to give the results away.
Okay, we'll have to post that. Coach, I want to go back to something you said, and you're always super open and honest, and so I know that you know I'm asking this with all love and respect. You mentioned something about I forget what you said, but it was something about the scouting, the information that you had was a little bit off, or something to that effect. How much of that is, well, we made a mistake internally, or we interpreted something or some things internally wrong? How much of it is, well, Hawaii surprised us and changed things up and we weren't prepped for it? And then honestly, how much, if any, of that is also any limitations you may have at a smaller program as opposed to a Duke or a Kentucky or whatever, where they have millions of dollars for advanced scouts? Would you mind going in a little bit on that answer and what exactly was wrong?
Yeah, you know, the one thing that we spend a lot of time with our guys communicating with them, we call it KYP, and it's know your personnel. And now more so than, you know, when I first got into coaching and back when I was playing, the analytics and the statistics are so entrenched in our game. And you can find out how many times a guy goes right, how many times he goes left, the success rate on that pull up, the success rate getting to the basket. So those are all things, and you're right, we don't have the budget of a Duke, but we do have access to those statistics as well as watching an inordinate amount of film. And you know, good players are good players, but we try and play the analytics and the statistics to say we don't want him going this way. We want him doing this. Not to say, like the other night, you know, in some instances, guys who had made 2 3-pointers all year made 2 in the first half. That's going to happen, and I always say to the players, those are on me. You know, if we're sending a guy one way because that's what the analytics say, and he ends up making that play, those are all on me. I don't want you to get frustrated or concerned with it, but we're going to play those percentages. And so that's part of it. And then the other is certain actions. You know, we watch enough film as a staff, and I'm blessed to have some great assistant coaches who, you know, we know the majority of their special sets that they run. You know, there's one-offs all the time, but there's sets that, hey, this team's going to run this 6 or 7 times a night, and we want to be prepared on how we want to defend it. So in those 2 areas, and then, you know, I've got a mechanical engineer, chemistry, neurobiology, managerial economics. I'm coaching guys who are way smarter than I am. So part of our expectation is we want our guys to absorb that information and being able to execute it. So when I say we had mental fatigue the other night, those are areas that were usually pretty good, and not 100% usually, but we have a high percentage of being able to execute that information and put it to play to make teams do things that they don't necessarily want to do. And the other night, and we talked about it with our team yesterday, the number of times we allowed that person to drive it right, or the number of times we screwed up some of our schemes. And certainly they didn't need to take advantage of all of them, and that doesn't usually happen, but they did. But we allowed that a little bit. So it's always good, as we've talked about before, you know, you have a good season going and things are going well, but you want to continue to challenge your team to get better and have something to shoot for. That's part of the process of being good. Not the result. We're not talking about, hey, we need to win, we need to do this. It's what do we need to do every day to get a little bit better with that concentration.
Coach, one last thing here. Obviously, you're still in position. Still goals are there to win the league title. Big one tomorrow with Long Beach State. What are you looking at in that matchup for tomorrow night?
Well, very long, athletic team. The other day, I think they scored 70 points, and 35 of those points were in transition. So it's a team where rebounding, transition defense are going to be hugely important for us. So big challenge for us. Really good basketball team. Their record isn't indicative of how good a team that I think they are, but going to be a good test for us.
Just throwing this out there as we go. I was watching this 15-year-old kid last night. He's a freshman, red hair. Don't know where that came from. Maybe the mailman got called up to varsity this year, and he got to suit up in a blowout last night. First three went off the side of the backboard. Spin move got blocked, but he's got heart hustle. He's a high IQ kid. He loves to play defense. So, I know you're always scouting and always recruiting, but I might have a kid for you in a couple years, Jim.
I love it. Let's, make sure you give me some information, and I'm out at games all the time. So we'll just add that one to the list.
There you go. Come on out and do some scouting for the little ginger kid of mine. Love it, Coach. Appreciate you. Everybody get your boba, get your mochi donuts. Watch everybody putting at the half.
Yeah.
Make sure to check out the UC Davis men's basketball social media today to see if Coach has those skills, those putting skills going. I got a feeling we're going to see something interesting. Yeah. And you're certainly going to see a great basketball game coming up this week. Thank you, Coach.
Thanks, guys. Appreciate it.
All right, thank you. Take care. That's Jim West. Yeah, Coach, come on out. Come on out, Coach. Come out and scout. They try hard.
Yeah. Hey, he's got years to refine his game.
Wouldn't it be funny if after the game, he had a nice coach talk with Mason? He's like, from long way to go. You got another 3 years. My best advice would be to shoot the ball the right way.
Let's go.
We'll take a break. Just 1 minute when we come back. 3 for Madness brought to you by Fire Wings. We've got some rankings for you. We're going to do scale of 1 to 10. And then are you worried it's a play-in team only? We'll get to that next.
Our first year as the radio home of the San Francisco 49ers is one we will never forget.
They're going to give it. No, it's a play action. Purdy going to roll left, throw for the end zone. Caught by George Kittle. He has the hat trick tonight, a career high. 3 touchdown catches for George. Touchdown, San Francisco.
Congratulations to the 49ers on a terrific year. And thank you for so many wonderful memories.
Chad Hoblet Dodge, Chrysler, Jeep Ram, and Woodland. What's happening for Chrysler's President's Day sale?
I haven't been this excited about a deal in a long time. Right now, you can save $18,000 off MSRP on new 2023 Jeep Gladiator EcoDiesels. This thing can get up to 28 miles per gallon on the highway, and it's the perfect combination of off-road fun and work truck.
And you're selling them with an $18K discount? That seems a little crazy.
Well, we do things a little different here at Hoblet. We're here to help you find the vehicle you need at the best possible price. That's why we don't have a bunch of dealer markups, surprise add-ons, or fees. At Hoblet, you get the small town experience with the big city savings and selection.
There's no better time to take advantage of the savings at Hoblet. Start your search at hobletdodge.com or stop by for a test drive today at Hoblet Dodge in Woodland. Unbeatable prices, unbeatable selection. Nobody beats Hoblet, period. $18,000 total net savings after $11,096 factory rebates and $6,904 dealer discounts. Rebates may include $500 first responder bonus cash. Must be current member of eligible first responder association. Qualify 5 at this net savings. Sample VIN 553-385. See dealer for details.
3 questions, 3 answers. It's 3 for Madness on the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross.
Here's question 1.
Going over on the chat here. Mount Lamore, CD, Mary Hatta,
Silence of
Little. Oh, yeah.
Chop.
Mike. Oh, you're right. Lamb Chop. Shut up, Siri.
Jeremy.
I don't think Jeremy makes it. Who's he going to knock out, Mike?
No, dare I say.
CD and Mike are Steadfast. And then you have Mary Hatta Little.
Silence of the.
Yeah, it comes down to who do you toss?
Chop.
Yeah, do you toss out Silence of the, or do you toss out Chop? Because we're using host privilege to keep Mike in there.
Yes.
Sorry. That's just what's going to happen.
Yeah.
Okay, well, we'll think about that. While we're doing that, brought to you by Fire Wings, free for madness. Here's Christopher Law, question 1.
On a scale of 1 to 10, how mad are you about last night's game?
10 being after the Niners game, or actually, you know what, 10 being like after the last Phoenix game. 2, maybe. I'm not. The only mad I'm mad at is they lost, and I hate losing. And sprinkle that in with a couple of like, oh, you missed these 2 free throws. This, you know, them calling that stupid foul on that out of bounds towards the end for the free throw. The fact that who was it that was riding DeMontis Sabonis like a pony and didn't get called for a foul?
Booker.
Was it Booker? Yeah, of course it was. I'm not that mad. They played. I'll take that team's play last night. 82 games a year, and I'll sit back and watch them win 55 games. I'm not mad at that. I'm mad at the other stupid loss.
Yeah, which we I think have some audio coming up about Mike Brown talking about officiating a little bit too. So, yeah, I'm not that mad. I don't know, 2 or 3 or 4. Just the fact that they could have won the game. Some late game execution was kind of maybe what did them in, missed opportunities, but they played well. That could have been a win, could have been a really good win. Good statistics. We were kind of questioning Fox. He was fantastic.
Great.
So, yeah, I mean, more games like that, they'll be okay. But that's the thing, finding to the consistency of playing like that.
Would you accept Bill Laimbeer? Because that's kind of a stretch, right? Because it's
we like stretches.
Bill Laimbeer. Okay, well, we'll talk about it with the crew. Number 2.
Question 2.
On a scale of 1 to 10, how surprised would you be if the Kings won tonight?
Second night of a back-to-back going into the All-Star break. They've been on the road for basically 2 straight months. They're playing the defending champions who've lost 2 in a row, including one to the Kings where they got flat out embarrassed. But honestly, I'm not calling my shot that they're going to win tonight. I'm saying it wouldn't shock me if they won. I would be surprised. Of course I would. But honestly, on a scale of if 10 is the end of Sixth Sense the first time you saw it, 4. Like the Nuggets, as you mentioned earlier, have some key injuries. I think these 2 teams match up really well. If the Kings can just avoid those ruts where you look up and, oh, it's a 15-2 run and Denver's up by 13 and now they're going to back it. If they can just avoid those ruts, I think, Jason, I'll say this. I think if the Kings play tonight like they did last night, they will win the ball game.
I can see that.
I think if they play like they did last night, which is a tough task, they'll win the ball game.
Yeah, they. I wouldn't be shocked either. I think this is the one, and maybe when we talk to Katie coming up in about 30 minutes or so, if I remember right, they always seemingly play on the road before the All-Star break.
Yeah.
Usually, like Keegan will be going to Indiana.
Yep.
Others, like the plane ride home is going to be Katie.
Right.
Draper,
yeah,
G-Man,
they're going to get to stretch out. They'll get all the snacks.
Yeah, I feel like a lot of people go immediately so they already know they're going somewhere. Some will come home and then go somewhere.
Right.
But it's just a weird. They know like they've got some time off, and you just got to stay locked in, and that's a difficult thing to do. But maybe losing last night the way they did can keep them focused in, and yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if they won.
Herder's 100% going to a beach.
He should.
Yeah, he didn't get to last year.
Yeah.
He's going to college. He's going somewhere. Number 3, please.
Question 3.
Are you worried that this is a play-in team?
If I had to guess, and of course I can't do anything about injuries or anything that we haven't seen yet, I actually think they'll be a top 6 team. I think they will. I think we saw a little bit last year of them kind of coming together after the All-Star break. Plus the schedule will open up a little bit shortly after the break. They've got far more home than road games. I think there's another couple of nice winning streaks left in this team. I think in the end, they're going to end up being a 5 or a 6 seed. I don't think they're going to end up catching the quadruples at the top. But I do think at some point we're going to look at, I'll tell you this, I think at some point we'll look at the difference between 5 and 6 and number 4. The difference between hosting and being on the road.
Yeah.
And we're going to be able to point out like the difference will be 2 or 3 games. And we're going to look back at a lot of these stupid losses by the end. And by the way, if they are a play-in team, look, that means you're playing other play-in teams. Win. And if they're not good enough to win that, Like right now, I believe they play is it the Lakers, I think?
No, they play Dallas.
Oh, that's right. 7, 8, 9, 10. They play Dallas. Well, they match up well with Dallas.
Yeah. The funny thing is, so am I worried? The only worry about them being a play-in team is the risk of that, right? The play-in, you could have a bad day or a bad couple of days and you're out. You're not in the postseason. That's the worry of it. But I think it's important if you're a play-in, you got to be the 7-8 because you got a safety net. If you're 9-10, now you're in a one-game situation, which is scary. But to that point, if it was today, like you just said, Dave, they would play at Dallas.
Yeah.
I like their chances there. And by chance, if you lose, you come home and you play the safety net game. But if you beat Dallas and you're the 7 seed today, if it literally was, then they play OKC. I think that's better than playing the Clippers or the Nuggets.
I agree with you.
Actually, like today's setup isn't awful to me. Now, doesn't mean anything, but I think it would be. I don't know if they would prefer it, but not a bad route.
I would weirdly rather play OKC or Minnesota
Absolutely.
than the Clippers or Dallas. Or Clippers or Denver, sorry.
100% agree.
Let me ask you this. If they end up playing Golden State in the play-in and they knock Golden State out of the playoffs, is it officially a rivalry now? Because now they've won one.
It's already won.
I agree.
To me.
Does that make up for losing last year's series if they send the Warriors home?
Yeah, it would be pretty sweet, but no, it wouldn't make up for that.
All right, we will take a break. When we come back, we'll get into the Suns and Kings from last night. Also, Mike Brown audio as well. Katie Christensen will join us at 8 from Denver, I believe is where they will be. Of course, they'll be from Denver. They flew out last night. In the meantime, I want to help feed you, and it's Wednesday. Oh, my goodness. That means it's Wings Day Wednesday. Yeah, did Dirt and Sprague have Wings Day Wednesday? Nope. No chance, bud. But you do. What is Wing Day Wednesday? Well, at Fire Wings, all day, all night, you're getting 88-cent wings. Bone in, boneless, 88-cent wings. That means that you're going to be able to munch on some buttermilk-soaked, flavor-infused, wonderfully seasoned chicken wings. Just 88 cents. And on top of that, you get the seasoned fries, ramen, garlic fries, even Nashville hot fire chicken sandwich, all the regular things they have. It's a theme. They're locally owned and operated. That's what we love. Great fast casual dining for the whole family. Take advantage. You can order right now and beat the rush. Go to firewings.com. Just set the time you want to pick it up. Go to firewings.com. Find the location nearest you. Tell them Carmichael Dave sent you. Fire Wings, just wing it. When we come back, Suns Kings recap.
Did you miss any part of our live local shows? Don't worry, you never have to miss them again. Check out SactownSports.com and search our podcast page and play our shows when you want. The Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross, Stiles and Watkins, and the Drive Guys. Plus, other podcasts like Return of the Empire, Return of the Roar, the Stingers Up podcast, and Golf to Go with Frank LaRosa.
They're all available right now on SactownSports.com.
Sacramento weather is brought to you by Bonnie.
I'm Tamara Berg in the KCRA 3 Weather Center. Your Wednesday forecast starts out cloudy and overcast. We will expect rain developing later this afternoon and through the evening drive home. Expect today a little cooler with highs in the upper 50s. Get the latest forecast on the KCRA 3 News and the KCRA 3 app.
When it's chilly cold at night, don't just add another blanket. Add a new furnace system instead. Now for as low as $5,999 with 0% interest and no payments for 18 months. Bonnie.com. Some restrictions apply. License 696-355.
RC Willey has everything for your home, including furniture, mattresses, appliances, electronics, and flooring. With our vast selection, it's easy to find items that fit your style and your budget. We also offer a variety of finance options, including 0 down and 0 interest for 18 months. Whether you're looking to establish new credit or ready to make your space more cozy, we can help. With our flexible finance options, you can easily update your home one piece or one room at a time. Plus, we have a low price guarantee. Let us help you make your home your way at RC Willey.
Guys, want to lose weight, improve your performance, and increase your drive? Revive Men's Health Sacramento can help you address the root causes of weight gain, low energy, poor drive, and performance issues. And since your testosterone level has a direct impact on your weight and fitness, we'll give you a free T-check and free exam at Revive Sacramento. Imagine upping your game, losing weight, and getting in shape all at once. Revive can help you make it happen with our new cutting-edge weight loss medications, like your favorite athletes and celebrities use. They're affordable and available now. Weight gain and low T are treatable conditions. We know we can help you. Take that first step and book today. You're only one step away from getting in the best shape of your life. Call Revive Men's Health at 916-277-8599. That's 916-277-8599. Or visit ReviveMen'sHealth.com.
The only place in the morning to get your sports fix.
Live and vocal.
The Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross.
Hey, Jason, before we get into the Kings, can I just give you a quick random stat?
Sure, please do.
That weirdly kind of throws a stray at you, and don't take it that way. Well, not at you, but you'll get it. Tony Gwynn, the late, great, wonderful Tony Gwynn, could have gone an additional 0 for 1,182, with all 1,182 being strikeouts, and still have had a lifetime 300 batting average with a lower overall strikeout percentage than Derek Jeter had. Now, I actually think that's weirdly kind of a compliment to Jeter.
Absolutely.
Because he didn't strike out a lot.
Yeah, it's an incredible compliment to Gwynn, though.
God! I'm gonna say it, and I know it's controversial. Tony Gwynn was a really good hitter.
Hey.
We were talking baseball yesterday a little bit. That's another thing. Like, every year, who's winning the batting title? Gwynn, Boggs.
Right.
Who's got the stolen base title after Ricky? Vince Coleman. Mm-hmm. Maybe Delino DeShields, Marquise Grissom. Like, why does that? I've been really spending a lot of time. That conversation really not bothered me, but just stuck in my head from yesterday. Like, how much of it baseball has changed, the world has changed, sports have changed, marketing's changed. How much of it is that? And then, like, literally, how much of it is like you and I are just older?
Well, I don't know the answer, but back to that thought, like, it just felt like baseball players, 70s, 80s, 90s were larger than life. Baseball was really popular. Could you imagine Shohei in that time frame? Because, I mean, really, he is a freak.
Yes.
And he's celebrated, but not nearly as much as he should be. And, is he in the wrong time frame?
Well, when you mentioning Shohei naturally has me thinking of great Japanese players. And there was always the argument that Sadahiro Oh was the true home run king, batting over 800. I just have a really hard time not considering Ichiro the greatest hitter ever, including Pete Rose.
Right.
Like, I understand the Japanese league isn't Major League Baseball, but you know what, dude? A lot of Japanese players have come over here and done quite well.
Absolutely.
A lot of there's Japanese players coming over here that are going to be or have been first ballot Hall of Famers, including Ichiro and eventually, I'm sure, Shohei Ohtani. So I'm not sitting here, it's not like Ichiro was getting, batting 800 in the Japanese league. What always kills me about Ichiro, that I think it's honestly one of the craziest things you could possibly imagine, is when you look at Ichiro's numbers, and I think we just talked about this, the fact that he had 3,089 hits, and his rookie year he was 27. He was 27 years old. Now, that's prime hitting age, 27.
Right.
But you're talking at least another 5 years.
Yeah.
Again, you never know with injury and all that, but if I were to tell you that had Ichiro come up in Major League Baseball, isn't it incredibly fair to say he would have had at least another 1,000 hits?
Yeah, because, a lot of times a guy of that talent could have been called up at 19, 20. Let's say it's 22. 5 years, and he was getting 200 hits a year. Then do you hang on at the end to break the record? Yeah, it just would have been impressive to see.
This dude had 242 hits his rookie year. 242 hits. He also had over 500 stolen bases. He played till he was 45. Anyways, I'm an Ichiro stan. Yeah. Oh, by the way, and he had an absolute cannon.
He did.
And on top of that, how cool was his little pose at the plate? Yeah, he'd have his arm out. He'd have the Oakleys on. Yeah. Ichiro's
See, that was the other thing, too. You could do batting stance guy. You could do a bunch of people in the league.
There's at least 10 different hitters between 85 and 2000 that if you knew how to do it right, you could grab a bat and do them, and I'll know right away. Will Clark, Ken Griffey Jr.,
Ricky Henderson,
Frank Thomas, Albert Bell.
Yeah.
It's like, and I think about today, it's like, who's the Albert Bell of today?
Right.
Like, who's the Gary Sheffield of today? Anyways, we sound old. That's fine. I get it. You know what?
I paid my taxes.
Wait, was that me or was that somebody else?
That's you.
Wow, it didn't even really sound like
you. Can you play that again?
I paid my taxes.
That's me.
It does not.
That 100% doesn't sound like me.
I mean, I heard it even when you did it. It doesn't sound like you.
It sounds like something I'd say.
Yeah.
It just not sound
but it doesn't even sound like your impression of
right.
No.
Here's DeMontis Sabonis. He paid his taxes.
Grayson Allen has it, gives it up to Booker. Booker in 3-point range with 7 on the clock. Pulls up off the dribble and misses a 2-point attempt. Nurkic with the rebound. Puts it up. Rejected by Sabonis. Grabbed by Herter. Kings push. Numbers 4-on-2. Sabonis Euros into the lane. Kicks to Fox. Wide open in the corner. Feet set for 3. And he gets it to fall thanks to a favorable bounce. So the first 3 points of the ball game go to De'Aaron Fox and the Sacramento Kings.
De'Aaron Fox stayed high.
Goes to the right wing to Monk. 3 on the clock. Got to create. Here's the long 3. It's no good. Back tap by Lynn. Grabbed by Herter. Feeds it to Fox in the left corner. Steps to his right. Launches the 3 and scores the 3. And the Kings go back on top 46-44. De'Aaron Fox having a good night. 7 of 9 from the floor, including 3 made 3-pointers in 5 attempts. He has 17 points.
Let's fast forward. Let's get into the fourth quarter here. Fox. Well, you know what? I'm sorry. Can't leave this out. Third quarter. Grayson Allen.
Gives it up now to Grayson Allen. Top of the circle. Back to Okogie. Looking and finding Durant. Durant with 4 on the clock. Retreats. Draws a double team. Kicks to the baseline. Okogie has it. Out now. Grayson Allen, the desperate heave, and he scores it. Oh, my goodness. I am in a state of total disbelief. A miracle shot. A prayer launch. He had no time. He just had to throw it in the direction of the basket, and it went to nothing but net. Now the Kings turn it over. Malik is hurt. He's limping up the floor. This is not good for Sacramento. A foul called on a transition drive.
Yeah. I mean,
I can't believe he made that shot.
I can't either. It was so dumb.
Yeah. What a dumb shot.
What a Grayson Allen and T.J. McConnelly's stupid little pipsqueaks. Who's next? Duncan Robinson. Who's the one guy? Dick.
Grady.
Grady Dick. Thank you. So look out for Grady Dick. Let's look out for.
Well, today could be Christian Brown.
Who? Christian Brown. 100%. You know, Austin Reeves is going to get us. Yeah. Just that shot just was stupid. Malik Monk was fine though.
Lobs it inside. Malik's wide open. Backdoor cut. Fox found him, and Malik puts the Kings on top. 116-115. Malik Monk, 22 points.
Devin Booker struggled much of the game. He didn't struggle late though at all. Devin Booker was he stepped up at the absolute right time, and he even missed a free throw, but. Grayson Allen was there, shockingly, for the rebound. Here's Devin Booker, Jason, in the final 2.5 minutes. Basket, assist, basket, free throw. Devin Booker outscored the Sacramento Kings in the final 2:30.
Yeah.
Yep, here's how it ended.
He's got one more coming here to make it a 2-possession game. He misses it. But Grayson Allen gets the rebound. The Kings have to chase and foul, and they had to foul Booker, and he will go back to the free throw line with 11.4 seconds to go. Unbelievable sequence right there. He missed the second free throw, but the Kings couldn't get the rebound.
They couldn't get the rebound. That was it. It's a tough loss at the end. Just some shoddy execution, but also credit to Phoenix.
Yeah. Frustrating, though, where there were elements there to be a win. If you go to the final 18 seconds, Kings are down 1. You have the pre-inbound foul. So that gave him a free throw in the ball. Then that highlight there where you need a miss by Booker. He does. Kings were doing a really good job of rebounding all night. They don't get that rebound. So those are the little parts of its execution at the end of the game, but all the way through, there were other parts. I like that the Kings made Phoenix kind of scramble back. They went small, and it looked like it bothered Sacramento for a little bit, but then the Kings kind of cracked the code. And then Frank Vogel changed his lineup back to big. And I thought, okay, this is it. We're going right down to the end here. And unfortunately, it was Phoenix that survived.
18 of 24 from the line for Sacramento, 29 of 36 for Phoenix. That's 80% for Phoenix, 75% for Sacramento. Mike Brown was not happy with the officiating, though. We've got his comments. We got some TNT sound as well. We'll get to all that right after this.
The Kings visit the defending champion Denver Nuggets tonight on Sactown Sports.
And again, Fox pokes it away. Grabbed by Sabonis. Throws it ahead. Fox runs under it. Goes for the two-hand flush.
Catch the Kings and the Champs tonight at 6 on your home for Kings basketball, Sactown Sports.
Big savings are back at Folsom Lake Honda, your one-stop Honda shop.
Looking to own or lease? We have options for everyone. Plus, lower interest rates at Folsom Lake Honda make for lower payments. It's no wonder Folsom Lake Honda is your one-stop Honda shop.
Get an instant cash offer for your trade at FolsomLakeHonda.com. We'll buy your car whether you buy from us or not.
Visit us today at FolsomLakeHonda.com.
Folsom Lake Honda, yeah, your one-stop Honda shop.
Awesome. Hey, babe, can you check the front door? My package is here.
Yeah, on it. Hey, are we still watching our show tonight?
New episode on Prime? You bet. That reminds me, let's hit Whole Foods this afternoon. We need snack supplies.
From package deliveries to entertainment and even fresh groceries, Amazon is in front of thousands of customers every single day. Learn how you can leverage their reach for your business. Text digital to 916-766-5105 now. Make the smart move. Text digital to 916-766-5105.
For the ones who work hard to ensure their crew can always go the extra mile, and the ones who get in early so everyone can go home on time, there's Grainger, offering professional-grade supplies backed by product experts so you can quickly and easily find what you need. Plus, you can count on access to a committed team ready to go the extra mile for you. Call, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Pizza's here. Oh, great. I'd love some, but I'm worried about my stomach issues.
If you're worried about having diarrhea, gas, bloating, stomach pain, or loose, oily stools, it may not just be stomach issues. It could be a condition called exocrine pancreatic insufficiency, or EPI. With EPI, the pancreas doesn't release enough enzymes to break down food, but EPI is manageable. Use the symptom checker on identifyepi.com and talk to your doctor. That's identifyepi.com. Sponsored by AbbVie.
With RT Painting, our name says it all. We are a reliable and trusted commercial and residential painting company serving the Sacramento area since 1998. Employee owned, our attention to detail is second to none. Put our decades of experience serving our community to use for you. Get a free quote today. Call us at 916-900-8112. That's 916-900-8112. Or go online to rtpainting.com. That's rtpainting.com. RT Painting, your trusted and reliable painting contractor of choice.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
Welcome to AutoZone. What are you working on today?
I got to change the oil in my car.
Right now, get 5 quarts of Pennzoil Platinum Full Synthetic with an STP Extended Life Oil Filter for only $36.99.
Get in the zone.
What do I do with my old oil? We can recycle your used oil for free.
And do you have oil for my old work truck?
You can find the right high mileage oil to help it go farther right here at AutoZone.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
Restrictions apply.
A lot can happen between falling in love with a house online and owning it, between imagining living there and breathing in your new home for the first time. Having an advocate who can help you navigate the complex world of financing, inspections, negotiating, analyzing the market, and talking through any anxieties that may pop up, that can make all the difference. That's what the expertise of a Realtor can do for you. Realtors are members of the National Association of Realtors and bound by a code of ethics, because that's who we are.
On the move? Got somewhere to be?
Take Sacramento Kings basketball with you. The Sactown Sports app will let you stay connected to your passion. Never miss a moment of Sacramento Kings basketball with the Sactown Sports app. Carmichael Dave.
He has very good sources, and he just kind of tells it as it is and gets to the point.
Jason Ross.
He has a lot of pretty smart things to say. He's good at what he does.
On Sactown Sports.
I want to get to Mike Brown here. This has been floating around the internet. It's worth a read. Since 2001, there have been 125 drives in the NFL postseason where it was at least the fourth quarter. There was under a minute left to play, and the team on offense trailed by 7 points or fewer at the start of that. These are what's considered standard clutch moments for a football team. Out of those 125 drives, only 40% of them saw the team on offense get the points they needed. Tom Brady was 5 of 11, 46%. Drew Brees, 3 for 6, 50%. Patrick Mahomes in those situations, 7 for 7.
Wow. What was the benchmark? Down by what?
Down by 7 or less. For at least the fourth quarter or overtime with under a minute left to play.
Oh, under a minute. I was going to say.
Under a minute.
Purdy would have to be great because of the 2 NFC comebacks, and then he still did lead his team to drives there and scores, but I guess he doesn't quite fit in some of that metrics, but still.
And we'll have 49 territory at 827. I do want to add this too, Jason. You know, the whole we were talking yesterday about Mahomes and Brady and all that. Yeah, Mike ready. I was thinking about it last night. Here's all I have to say about the Brady Mahomes thing. I feel like this should close the argument as far as GOAT goes, at least for now. I think we did this about 2 years ago on the show, and it really blew me away. It 100% blew me away when you think about this. When you look at Tom Brady and you look at his numbers, if I were to tell you, and I think I did, this is how I presented it to you. If I gave you a quarterback that was a 2-time Super Bowl champion, 2-time Super Bowl MVP, had won an NFL MVP, had an All-Pro, and had thrown for 30,000 yards and 210 touchdowns. So I think I laid it all out for you, and I compared it to other quarterbacks. And I remember asking you, is that a Hall of Fame quarterback? And you said, yeah, it is. Mm-hmm. Tom Brady did that three times. Times 3. Tom Brady had 3 Hall of Fame careers in one.
Right.
Like, that's what you're up against. And not for nothing, and not to be a boomer here, but Tom's also going against prime Peyton Manning, prime Aaron Rodgers, prime Drew Brees, Ben Roethlisberger. Mm-hmm. I would say those we'll see, but on spec, those are tougher quarterbacks than what we have right now. We've got some great quarterbacks, but you're talking all-time greats.
Yeah.
I mean, Patrick Mahomes is really good.
Yes, he is.
Mike Brown did not think the refs were very good last night. He talked about the officiating at the end of the game.
We're down 3 with 24 seconds left, and Domas rolls to the rim, and he shot fakes, and Devin Booker lands on his back with 2 hands, and the officials tell me that it's marginal contact, that it doesn't affect the shot, but it's a foul, and I don't, the foul that they called on Keegan, Booker was still going to get open. It was marginal. People hold at the end of games, and they call that foul because they say it's a foul and they got to make the right call. But the foul by Devin Booker, I'm just so I'm just emotional right now from the no call, and I saw it live. I watched it again on playback, and a foul is a foul, and you got to call it, just like you called the foul on Keegan. If you're going to call that foul, you got to call any other foul, because Booker was about to be wide open because Keegan wasn't even running with him. I'm just, like I said, I don't know, man. You fight so hard, and then you feel like it's just not fair down the stretch, and that no call. I'm going to be interested to see the 2-minute report, because if they say that that's not a foul on Booker, I'm really lost.
He's probably going to get fined. He's 100% correct.
Mm-hmm.
The Keegan Murray foul, Jason, if we're going to cross sports, the Keegan Murray foul is the pass interference on the Hail Mary in the NFL.
Mm-hmm.
Like, if you look at it in a vacuum, okay, sure. Yeah. But you don't call that in that situation. And the refs know that. And as far as the Sabonis foul, the problem I'm starting to see is that Domantas Sabonis is beginning to get the Shaq treatment.
Mm-hmm.
Because he's so big and so physical.
Shouldn't matter.
It should not matter. He's getting a different whistle at times because they're like, oh, well, it was Devin Booker on him. That's like a flea. Well, dude, it's still a foul. And yes, I believe Shaquille O'Neal should have been sent to the line a lot more. That if you called a foul for a foul, yeah, you'd have a bunch of people fouling out, and Shaq would have probably averaged 40 points a game, but that's what it is.
Yeah.
And Sabonis ain't Shaq.
Right.
But they're giving him that kind of whistle from time to time.
Yeah, and you look at, again, back to, like, why did the Kings lose this game? There were some execution, certainly some miscues. They did not play a perfect game, but they played really well. They dominated the paint, Dave. Like, they crushed them in there. What was the final numbers here? 72-42, so
ridiculous.
plus 30 in the paint.
Yeah.
Season-high fast break points of 26 to 4.
Yeah.
But the difference is the Suns got to the line more, 36-24, made 29 compared to the 18 by the Kings, so 11 more points there, made 4 more threes. That's 12 more points. So it's some of the other nuance in the game, and I get it. In a 1-point game to call a pre-inbound foul that gives you a free point, basically, and the ball on a play where, yeah, in theory, kind of to Mike Brown's point, yeah, if you're calling that, well, Keegan grabbed, I think it was Booker's jersey. Well, Booker fouled Sabonis.
That's right.
So call it there.
Even it out or call both.
Yeah.
And granted, look, the Kings shot 75% from the line. That's not 85%, but I'll take 75%.
A lot of games we would take this for sure.
A lot of games. Here's Mike a little more on the fouls.
It's 27 fouls on us and 16 fouls on them. And including the no call, it's tough to swallow. And I know they're human. They're great freaking guys too, man. Good officials. But it's tough. It is tough out there to see your guys, like you say, work as hard as they work. And we're in a position to tie the game with 24 seconds. And that foul doesn't even happen with Keegan. Now they got to score, and we're going to have a chance possibly to score too. But to have the game decided, by something else, that's
something.
Yeah.
Can you give me the points in the paint again, please?
Yes, 72 for the Kings compared to 42 for the Suns.
So when you outscore another team in the paint by 30 points, I think we would all consider that absolute domination, aggressiveness. And by the way, it wasn't 42-12, 72 points in the paint. What does that mean? A lot of things, but mainly the Kings are being incredibly aggressive down low, and there is a lot of movement to the basket. What should that mean? That should mean you're getting the better whistle.
Yeah, and, people are fouled shooting threes. I don't think there was one last night to my recollection. But here's the other part of that, Dave, the stat. Attempts in the paint.
Mm-hmm.
So the option, the amount of, did they just make all their shots in the paint? The Suns were 21 of 35, so 35 attempts in the paint. The Kings were 36 of 55. So 55 of their shots were in the paint. Again, doesn't mean all of them they were fouled. And, sometimes there's no contact, there's clean, but you just feel like there'd be a little bit more.
And I don't think, I don't know. I don't think that anyone is sitting here saying the refs stole the game from the Kings.
Not at
this
all.
is stuff that Mike Brown, these are body blows. These are things that he did this last year.
Yeah, he's looking out for his team, and maybe that helps him tonight. Who knows? Maybe it doesn't help him at all.
Mm-hmm. And he complimented the Suns.
Well, they're a great team. We're not coming in here and blowing them out. That's very rarely going to happen. So we're going to have to execute down the stretch. And like I said, other than a couple of turnovers down the stretch and the missed box out, I thought our guys fought and gave us a chance versus a really good team on the road. They got 2 first ballot Hall of Famers. They got another possible Hall of Famer in Bradley Beal. They got some cats on that team, and them dudes hit some tough shots. And we doubled, then we didn't double, then we doubled, and then we didn't double, and they hit tough shots. When we didn't double, fadeaway pull-ups, contested. And then when we did double, they swung it and they hit some big threes. And so you just got to keep taking your chances and keep trying to mix it up to keep them all balanced. And I thought we did. And I thought we executed. We scored down the stretch. We executed offensively. And big improvement from last time. We got the ball where we wanted to get it. And we got some great looks. And, it's hard. It's hard when it's 27-16, and especially when you feel like, again, I'm interested to see 2-minute report, but when you feel like I got fouled on an and one, and they say it was marginal contact at best, and it didn't affect the shot. Well, Devin Booker getting open, he was open. It didn't keep grabbing his jersey, and it was quick. It didn't affect Book. He was open, and it was marginal contact. And that's why I'm just confused.
From the 530, I'd like to hear a reporter ask Mike Brown to compare his previously coached teams with this team, and if he thinks the Kings get a different whistle. I actually think that's an excellent question, considering he had the LeBron Cavs, he had the Lakers, and then he had the Warriors as an assistant and as a fill-in head coach. You're talking about 3 teams with absolute superstars that are known for getting whistles.
Yeah.
It would be curious, because if anyone's got that perspective, it's Coach Brown, who can come into different situations and know that, hey, you know what, this guy used to get that foul. Why isn't my guy getting the foul now? I'm not falling for the banana in the tailpipe. Right. There's a different situation going on here. Yeah. We'll take a break. When we come back, Katie Christensen live from Denver, maybe a little sleepy. We appreciate her showing up, though, after the late night flight. We'll talk to her next.
On the move? Got somewhere to be?
Take Sacramento Kings basketball with you. The Sactown Sports app will let you stay connected to your passion. Never miss a moment of Sacramento Kings basketball with the Sactown Sports app.
eBay Motors is here for the ride. 120,000 miles of night drives, daily commutes, and who knows how many.
Are we there yet?
Through countless fixes, elbow grease, and a new radiator, you kept your ride alive. With eBay Motors, you have over 122 million parts to keep it running. And with eBay Guaranteed Fit, they'll be the perfect fit every time. Plus, at these prices, well, we're burning rubber, not cash. Keep your ride or die alive at ebaymotors.com. Eligible items only. Exclusions apply.
Sacramento weather is brought to you by Folsom Lake Kia.
I'm Tamara Berg in the KCRA 3 Weather Center. Your Wednesday forecast starts out cloudy and overcast. We will expect rain developing later this afternoon and through the evening drive home. Expect today a little cooler with highs in the upper 50s. Get the latest forecast on the KCRA 3 News and the KCRA 3 app.
Don't miss out on New Year's savings at Folsom Lake Kia. Low prices and payments on your favorite new Kia models. Go see my friends at Folsom Lake Kia right here in Sacramento for over 25 years, or FolsomLakeKia.com.
Hello, Sacramento. I'm Emran Plati, owner of True Sports Cards and Collectible Store here in Rockland, California, and the host of the True Sports Cards Show that airs right here on Sactown Sports 1140 every Saturday from 10 to 11 a.m., where we discuss the latest trends, hottest products, and deliver exclusive interviews with other industry leaders. And don't forget to visit our shop, True Sports Cards, at 6661 Stanford Ranch Road in Rockland, and see what we have for all your sports card and memorabilia needs.
At Ashton & Price, we get injury victims to yes. Experience, yes. Ashton & Price has been around for over 25 years. No more insurance companies? Yes. Our clients focus on getting better, and we handle all the rest. Results? Yes. We've collected over $100 million for injury victims. No fee until we win? Yes. Our clients pay nothing until we win. Ashton and Price, the best at getting to yes. Remember, for the best advice, don't think twice. Call Ashton and Price.
Carmichael Dave here for Jiffy Lube, your proud sponsor of the Drive of the Game. Listen to every Kings game for Gary Gerald's Drive of the Game call. Then listen to Jason and me the next morning for a chance to win a $100 Jiffy Lube certificate, courtesy of all the Jiffy Lube locations in the greater Sacramento area. Jiffy Lube, your place for oil changes, wiper blades, tire rotations, and more. Hey, for valuable coupons and a location near you, visit jiffylube.com.
All guests come to you from the Folsom Lake Honda hotline. Folsom Lake Honda, your one-stop Honda shop.
From the Power Business Technology Toshiba Studios.
Your home for Kings basketball for over 25 seasons.
No look, Bibby to Weber down the lane, flying jam. There's your play of the night right there. It's inside is Sabonis, a two-hand rip, a brilliant pass from De'Aaron Fox.
KHTKAM Sacramento, KYMX HD2 Sacramento.
Sactown Sports.
The Carmichael Dave Show.
He's on the microphone when he's not on the microphone. He's playing a song, and when he's not playing a song, he's on the microphone. And then boom,
with Jason Ross.
No, he didn't. Yes, he did.
All that coverage for you right here on Sactown Sports. And Katie's talked to that philosopher before. She joins us live from Denver. Katie Christensen, good morning.
Good morning, fellas. Happy Valentine's Day.
Hey, you too.
Pat still got us little Valentine's cards with little chocolate candies.
Yes.
It's because he's amazing. I love Pat.
Yeah, we feel loved.
What's the right move? I asked Coach Jim Les this earlier. What's the right move if you're with someone and they say, hey, just don't get me anything for let's just not do Valentine's Day, like maybe a card.
Oh, Dave. I actually am one of those people that listen to that kind of stuff because I don't play games. I'm not trying to make it complicated. So I would say don't get them anything.
Just don't get them anything. It
Yeah.
feels like a trap.
It's not. I'm with Katie on this one because I know that's like when someone says that, like I know my wife, she means it.
Isn't it better though to be told that and then you're like, oh, here
you can surprise if you want.
But then like the worst is like they say that and then they're like, oh, I got you.
What if they didn't get you anything and then you feel bad? Like but
I'm saying which is worse, that situation, which I agree is not great, or they broke down and got you a little something and you were like, oh, you said don't get you anything and then you don't. I feel like that one's worse. I know. Exactly.
I'm better at basketball than I am at this.
Well, never mind. Katie, last night, you had a chance. Let me start here. I talked to you briefly last night. You were watching the game I know you're working, but as a fan, you're not calling the game. It's a TNT game. Are there things you like, advantages, obviously beyond you're not wearing a headset and calling a game, differences in how you watch the game as opposed to normal in that situation?
Well, I watched the game at Marley's Sports Bar downtown last night. It's just right across the street from the arena. And we had seats. We had our normal broadcasting seats that we could have sat in and watched. And I know that Kyle did do that. I had a friend in Phoenix. One of my best friends is there. So I spent it with her. But for me, I don't know, like, if you listen to me call a game, watching a game with me while I'm not working is a completely different experience. There's anxiety. There's a lot of yelling. There's probably frequent.
It's like riding in a car with you is what it is. It's like when you're driving. A lot of aggression.
I'd say it's a little bit like that.
Bad
a
words.
little bit road rageous. Yeah.
So what gave you anxiety last night then watching this one?
It was a close game the whole way through, and I thought that they played so incredibly well. Obviously, down the stretch, that's when things started to get a little bit frustrating. It's crazy because you watch the game as a fan like that, like in the arena. I'm getting the stat sheet. I'm looking at the stats. I'm looking at all the things, and so after the game, when I saw the stat sheet, I was just flabbergasted. It is so rare that you see a team that, there's the hustle categories is what we call them. The three, it's points in the paint, second chance points, and fast break points. And it is so rare to see a team that absolutely annihilates their opponent in those three categories and loses the game. It's like, it's so rare to see that happen. I mean, Kings had 72 points in the paint, 30 more. They had over 20, second chance points. They had over 20, like a 20-point advantage in fast break, points. And you sit there, and the only thing you can look at is like, wow, like the fouling was so just utterly uneven. And I don't feel like watching the game, I didn't feel like the Kings were, I just felt it felt off to me. Right. But I'm like, okay, I'm watching the game as a fan, so I don't know. It's like one of those games that it was frustrating to watch. And I'm sure it was frustrating for them as a team because they did everything you can possibly do to win that game. And I thought the no call on Domas down the stretch where, he had Booker, I believe, hanging off of his back, like, the explanation the officials gave Mike Brown, I think, is unacceptable. And, that's a foul. It's just a foul, period. I'm pretty sure no one's allowed to, put a saddle on you and ride you, even if it doesn't impact the play. You know what I mean? It's just, it was frustrating. And this is just what it's going to be like for this team down the stretch. I mean, the standings in the West are absolutely insane, and their schedule is not easy. So you're going to have to find ways to not lose those games.
Katie Christensen with us. Katie, we played the Mike Brown clips in the last segment, and he, in a very thoughtful way, he wasn't ranting and raving and pulling laptops out, but he went after him. And I had said to Jason,
wasn't that the kindest, going after officials?
He was like, they're great. They're great guys.
They're great human beings.
Am I wrong in thinking that it seems like Sabonis is starting to get a little bit of the Shaq whistle in the sense that I feel like the refs feel like if they
You're not wrong at all.
Thank you.
You're not wrong at all because he doesn't, and it's been that way for a while. He doesn't complain. That's one of the big things. And this is one of the things that really, really frustrates me. I'm so sick and tired of watching players that, moan after every freaking call and they complain and they yell at the officials. And, we can go down the list of people that do that. I think we all know them without having to name names. Right. And they get calls. And then guys like Domas, I mean, he is a literal anomaly in the NBA. There just aren't very many of him. He plays so hard. He does not complain. He just goes about his business, and he gets very, very little respect in the end. I mean, it's shocking.
Yeah, it is bizarre that it continues to happen to him. There's always, I think you guys talk about it on the broadcast, it wouldn't be a game without Sabonis getting a hit to the jaw or to the face or somewhere at some point. And last night, Katie, watching the game as you did, what was your thought when I thought there was a big impact in the game when Phoenix went small, which happened the last time, but over time, it's like Sacramento kind of figured it out, and that's what led to a comeback there where DeMontis started to dominate in the paint. So they did kind of crack the code a little bit, didn't they?
They did from the last time, and that obviously in the fourth quarter of the game when the Kings were in Phoenix for the last matchup, that's when their, what was a 20-point lead absolutely dissipated as they went small. And the Kings just stagnated. I mean, they didn't move ball on offense. They started trying to play ISO ball. And I thought that last time they did such a better job, and they obviously learned the lesson from the first time that they, the last time, I guess you should say, the first time that Phoenix did that to them and kind of showed them that small ball lineup. But, the reality of it is like, we talk about this a lot, and I know that sometimes it's frustrating to hear as fans and stuff like that, and even other members of the media maybe. But I truly believe in it. Like, it's a perfect example of like, you learn from losses, right? So the problem is like, you have a problem as a team if you lose to multiple teams in the same way. So the last time Phoenix went small and they lost, they gave up that 20-point lead, and Phoenix comes back and beats them. I haven't seen them struggle the same way with small ball lineup. They haven't. They've actually dominated. And Trey Lyles has actually been a big part of that. And his ability to come in off the bench and stretch the floor and be effective on defense as well. Last night they didn't have Trey, so I thought they did a really great job with what they had, and that sometimes included Domas. I thought Alex Lynn came in and gave great minutes, but it didn't stall them out. They played their game. They continue to do that. So, you look at, it's like, okay, what's the next thing a team's going to throw at them that they're going to have to figure out? But hopefully the small ball lineup isn't an issue for them, regardless of who they play against.
Katie Christensen joining us, analyst for your Sacramento Kings. Katie, I know on spec I'm far more emotional and up and down about these games than you are. That's normal. But taking that out of the equation, a lot of folks on social media, even more than normal last night, I was really surprised at how upset they were, at how completely beyond just a loss they were really, really angry with this team. Correct me if I'm wrong, but they play like they did. I'm not angry about the loss. I hate losing, but if they played like they did last night for 82 games, they're winning 55 games. I feel like it's the anger is Portland and Charlotte and Detroit and all these stupid losses they had. I can't blame them for last night.
Yeah, no, I agree with you. And listen, I do not begrudge fans for being upset after losses. Like, they're entitled to that. There's losses, if I'm being honest, there's losses that I get upset about. And a game like last night isn't really one that I get upset about if I'm kind of being frank with you. They played incredibly well the whole game. I don't feel like they had lapses. They had they played as close to a 48-minute game as you can, I believe. There was 3 possessions in the very, very end of the game that it made the difference in the game. And it's like, okay, so you're also playing a team that, went to the Western Conference Finals. What was it, a couple years ago? Have 3 superstar level players on there. And you got to give them some credit too. Like, they made plays. So are you going to be mad that they were competitive against a team and played them close on the road the entire night and just didn't make the plays down the stretch? Or are you going to be mad about, kind of what happened in Houston, what happened against Charlotte, what happened against Detroit? I mean, there's a handful of those games that you can look at. And I generally, I know it's different, and I seriously, I don't begrudge any fans for being upset. Be upset all you want. Like, you cheer for this team, you buy tickets, you buy merchandise, you come to games, like, you watch them on TV, you dedicate your time to being a fan to this team. You're allowed to be upset all you want. The one thing that's really just, it's like, wow to me right now is like, and I asked De'Aaron, every season takes on its own personality. And, going into last night's game, Kings had a better record than they did by 1 game than they did a year before. But last year they were in 3rd place in the Western Conference at that juncture. And this year they were in 7th place going into that game. After that game, they're in 8th place in the Western Conference. Like, I asked De'Aaron about like the different personality that each season takes on. And, it's crazy. He goes, last year, like, there were teams that had injuries. So I think that impacted it. He goes, the crazy thing is we think we're playing better than we were last year. And they are. They're a better team right now than they were last year at this point. But everybody else is just so damn good.
Yeah.
And so I think that also impacts the overall feeling by fans, right? Of like, because it's not about just the losses, the wins and the losses. It's about looking at the standings. And then you start to get nervous. Because I think fans are smart. They understand how incredibly packed and stacked the West is. And you're sitting here going like, oh my God, is there a possibility that we can be better this year and actually miss the playoffs? And I think fans are getting scared. And I totally get it. There's like a level of, worry and all that. And I totally get that.
Katie, want to know about something that so maybe not specifically last night, because you said you were watching with a friend at, across the street there, as opposed to where you normally get to sit at least at home. Some road venues you're down low, but we've seen Mike Brown at times really get after play. Like he'll call that angry timeout, and the
timeout with Kevin Herter. Is that what
so so you weren't there for the specific thing, but what when you're down there, what do you kind of hear? What do you learn from when he's kind of calling a player out like that?
Accountability.
Yeah.
And they respect him. And it's a moment, a teaching moment where you can immediately, and last night it was Kevin Herter. Multiple times it's been, we've seen it with Keegan. We've seen it with, pretty much, everyone at some different point. But I like that he does that because it's a moment where you can instantly stop and be like, walk out on the court and show what needed to be done. Show how you're supposed to handle that action. And it's not an embarrassment thing. It's not an anger thing. It's a teaching moment thing. And I think that he's brilliant at that because we've showed it in the past on broadcast, and I'm trying to remember if it was Keegan or if it was Malik, the one that is like sticking out in my head. It was like the next 2 or 3 possessions later did it right. And Mike Brown was jumping up and down and cheering on the sideline and clapping. It's like he used that timeout in that moment to try and correct something so it doesn't happen 5 or 6 times before they're able to address it in a timeout if they waited for their normal timeout schedule. So I'm all for it. As a player, I responded to coaching well in that way. And I also like seeing, I don't know if you guys notice it, Domas got called for a foul. He goes over to the bench and he's talking to Jordy Fernandez and they're talking about the action and how they're guarding that high screen action and all the screen action out top. And they're having a conversation because he's trying to understand, how do I fix this? What am I doing wrong? And I love seeing that from these guys.
Well, you saw him the other night with Trey Lyles. Remember, he and Lyles got into it for 20 seconds on a missed assignment, and then they were good.
I thought that was more about him not catching the pass in transition. But you're right, 100%.
Accountability.
The teams, they're able to talk to each other. And we saw it a lot last night with Domas. Listen, it's a little different for me watching a game because I miss a lot of the little things like that happen, like the conversation between players, because while I'm calling a game, yes, I'm watching the game, but I'm also doing 50 things. I've got the producer in my head. We've got a package coming up, or I track the stats during the game so that I can track runs and makes and buckets and threes and all of the things. So I might look down turnovers. I might look down to track the last play real quick, and I might miss that interaction. But Domas had a ton of them last night where, after something happened where they made a mistake on defense, he's talking to the players, no matter who it is, and they're having a conversation about it. I love that leadership, and I love that accountability, because the one thing this team needs to do to be better is they need to be a better defensive team. And if you're not talking about mistakes and errors and you're not on the same page, you're not getting any better. And last night that really stuck out to me, the amount of conversation that was had on the defensive end, particularly after mistakes happened, so that they could really work instantly at correcting the behavior.
Yeah. Katie, I'm sure it was did you guys get in pretty late to Denver last night for the turnaround for tonight?
I really, really super apologize to you guys for being in bed and being so tired and sounding very tired.
Somebody said Katie, where is it here? Katie is the most hungover sounding sober person I've ever heard. That's pretty good.
I haven't even stood up yet, so I've been laying down the whole time, and it's not a great sound, but I am really tired.
So no StreamYard, no video.
Yeah, no.
The last part of the interview.
Let me ask you a serious-ish question. Wait, hold on.
Well, yeah. So I just thought I know it's been a lot of road games here. How do you think what kind of energy you think they have left for the final one going into the break, which is always a challenge?
It is a challenge. It's a mental challenge, I think, more than it is a physical challenge, because everyone, and I mean everyone, can muster energy for one game when you got a week off. Everybody can do that. And so for me, it's more of a mental challenge, and it's brutal because, they just beat the Nuggets. So they're not going to come out and have not have that forefront in their mind. So they're going to have a really, really tough challenge tonight. But I can tell you, I feel like De'Aaron has been on fumes for a while. He really, really needs the break. Domas to me is like some kind of a, cyborg or something. I mean, he's crazy. He's like mechanical. He, to me, plays harder than anybody else in this league. And I'm not saying that through purple goggles. I watch a lot of freaking NBA games. From the consistency of how he plays every single possession, both ends of the floor, and that he doesn't seem tired at 53 games into the year, and seems like he's better than he was in October when he was freshest and has, more stamina. He's some kind of a robot. So, but just knowing the fact that he's an actual human, he needs this week off, So I just hope from a mental perspective that they come out and respond the adequate way tonight, because this is a brutal game. It is a brutal game every year.
That leads to my last question, because I was going to ask you. You mentioned you talked to De'Aaron, and I know that A, this is an impossible question. B, there's no real way to answer it. I'm just with De'Aaron, it's been kind of an enigma this year. He averaged 31 points the first month, 30 the second, 29 the third, 22 last month, and now he's up to 24. He's averaging 24 points this month. He had 2 40-point games. You take that away, which I understand is not.
I do want to call this. I sat down at our table last night and I looked at my friend and I was like, De'Aaron's getting 40 tonight.
Yeah, it's TNT game.
I called it. Yeah,
and he's going against Book.
I didn't call it because of the TNT game. I called it because of the matchup. Yeah.
And I'd almost feel, but he had 2 40-point games this month. You take that away, he's averaging like 17 points. And I know that's not fair, but my question is this. Anyone who's watched him for his entire career, I'd almost feel better if he didn't have the 40-point games, if he was consistently down or consistently up. It's been his inconsistency, whether it's at the line, whether it's scoring over the last 2 months. And we went from God, is there something personal with him? Is he hurt? I'm not trying to criticize the man, other than there just seems something.
You're I'm looking for answers.
Right. There seems in your mind, is it most likely he's just drained?
He's drained. Yeah. He's been drained. Yeah, to me, that's what it's been the whole time. And I'm going to be honest, I don't pay a lot of attention to social media. I don't pay hardly any attention to things that are written. And so when was it recently where there was this whole oh, De'Aaron hasn't talked to the media in so many days. And I was like, what? Completely unaware of it. Because I'm around him all the time and he was just normal. So I don't know what was going on there. I never dug deep into the research on that issue, because I don't know that I really looked at that as an issue. But for a while now, he had such a freaking amazing start to this season.
Yeah.
I mean, at what point wasn't he 5th in the league in scoring or something?
One point he was first. He led the league, I want to say, for 2 days.
Yeah, but I'm not talking about the first week. I'm talking about like where you've been in the season now and you've got games under your belt. You've got a handful of games. He was consistently he was top 5, I want to say, for a while. And then that's hard to sustain 30 points. It is. And, this team also doesn't play that style of basketball either. It really is like a free for all offensively. It's whoever is getting good looks, and it can be anyone any given night. So I didn't think that he was going to continue to average 30 through the whole season. But it has continued to drop. But I would say for a good month and a half, I'm like, well, De'Aaron, he's gassed. He's tired. It's a lot. It's a lot to do what he does on both ends of the floor. And listen, guys, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, he's a phenomenal player. There's a lot of similarities between him and De'Aaron Fox, obviously. He was voted as an all-star in the Western Conference out of OKC, which I have mad respect for. Another super small market, getting someone voted in is pretty amazing, and he deserves it. I'll give him his flowers. But I've watched several of their games leading up to our game the other day, and as I watch games throughout the season, I look at different things. Like once I've seen the team a few times, I know the tendencies of players. I know kind of what they run. I know what to watch for, so we can draw on the telestrator, things that the Kings might struggle with, what we struggled with in past games. But I specifically spent a whole game watching SGA defend, and he leads the league in steals. He might be one of the laziest defenders I've ever seen. And I don't know if it's an anomaly for those 2 games that I watched, but he does not work near as hard on the defensive end as De'Aaron Fox.
You're saying he's pick and poke. He's pick and poke and take chances, blow your assignment.
He absolutely, he'll stand straight up with his hands down, not even in the stance. He'll be on ball. He'll be 5 feet off of you, and help side on the weak side. He'll have a shooter on the perimeter, and he'll totally turn his back to them and be staring at the action in the paint, because that's kind of where he goes. He takes gambles, right? Yeah. And so I'm sitting here and I'm like, not one time did I see him get down in a stance and defend someone for a possession on ball like you see De'Aaron do throughout the game. So I honestly think that De'Aaron's jump and further commitment to the defensive side of the ball has definitely impacted kind of how he's looked like he's had an energy dump here in the last month or so. And you know what? I'm good with it, because for this team to win, he has to be able to defend. And it's kind of like Keegan's numbers at the beginning of the season were down, his shooting numbers, because he had to adjust to being, a player that's playing both sides of the floor. I feel like he did adjust. So to me, it's like, go through the adversity now, because you need to be able to do both of those things, De'Aaron Fox, in a playoff game, in a 7-game series. So go through the energy suck right now, adjust mentally, adjust physically, because, in April and May, you have to be able to do that. So yeah, I would say that, his numbers drop. Dave, the long answer to this question, there's a lot of reasons for it, but he is definitely fatigued right now.
That's Katie Christensen, analyst for your Sacramento Kings. Anyone who's ever been to Marley's in Phoenix knows the food is good, like where Katie was eating last night. But looking at this menu as we let you go here, Chris Verlaut and I both agree. Jason doesn't have the menu. We both agree the Southwest egg rolls jump out. You've got the skins, the pretzels, the sticks, the sandwiches. What was on the menu for you last night? And don't say a salad.
Well, so listen, I used to work there.
Yeah.
No joke.
Somebody said on the text line, they said, shout out to Katie. I said hi to her when she worked at Marley's years ago. So.
Yeah, dude, I think I was working during spring training and some Kings fans were down there. It was kind of wild. Yeah, so I had the fried jalapeno burger.
Ooh.
And Marley's French fries are like the best French fries I've ever had.
Yeah.
They're so freaking good. But you can also order them with cheese on them.
Mm-hmm. Oh,
so I had cheese and jalapenos on my French fries and a jalapeno burger. It was phenomenal.
Yeah,
Spicy.
That's one of those where I'm sleeping alone that night if I do that. So, safe flight.
Don't you anyway?
Well, yeah, that's a great. Thanks, Katie. Valentine's Day.
Yeah.
I mean, you can't be worse than your Frenchie, right?
No, but the best part about having the Frenchie is that let's just say he sets he sets screens for me all the time. have a good call tonight. We'll see when you get home.
All right. Bye, guys.
Bye.
When we come
Set
back,
the
screen. 4 down territory coming up right after.
The Kings visit the defending champion Denver Nuggets tonight on Sactown Sports.
And again, Fox pokes it away. Grabbed by Sabonis. Throws it ahead. Fox runs under it. Goes for the two-hand flush.
Catch the Kings and the Champs tonight at 6 on your home for Kings basketball, Sactown Sports.
Hey, it's Carmichael. Dave asking you, are you feeling the pain of paying more and more for your gas? PG&E has increased their rates 4 times in the last 5 years, and the new forecast says PG&E customers may see their bills increase 32% by 2026. The good thing is there are steps you can take to protect yourself from these rate hikes, and better yet, American Energy may be able to help you completely eliminate your gas bill with a new ultra-high efficiency comfort system. Did you know SMUD offers huge rebates to eliminate your old gas guzzler? They can help you guide through the whole process. Seriously, listen to me. You go to the SMUD website. There's tons of rebates available, but it is confusing on how to do it. Listen to these rebates. $2,500 from American Energy, $3,500 from SMUD, $1,000 from Caltech, $2,000 home system upgrades. That's $9,000 in rebates. Let American Energy help you out at 916-520-9990.
Call 916-520-9990 now.
Subscribe to Sactown Sports on YouTube and watch the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross, Stiles and Watkins, and the Drive Guys. Live Monday through Friday from 6 to 6. Plus view archive shows and exclusive content.
Subscribe at youtube.com/Sactown Sports.
Sacramento weather is brought to you by Sacramento County Voter Registration and Elections.
I'm Tamara Berg in the KCRA 3 Weather Center. Your Wednesday forecast starts out cloudy and overcast. We will expect rain developing later this afternoon and through the evening drive home. Expect today a little cooler with highs in the upper 50s. Get the latest forecast on the KCRA 3 News and the KCRA 3 app.
The presidential primary election is March 5th. All registered voters will receive their party-specific ballot in the mail. Check to make sure you're registered correctly at elections.saccounty.gov or call toll-free 800-762-8019.
Shop can't-miss deals on appliances this President's Day at Lowe's. Right now, get up to 35% off select major appliances. Plus, save an extra $75 on every $750 you spend on all major appliances, like LG, America's most reliable line of home appliances. Shop in-store or online for more deals you can't beat. Lowe's knows savings. Lowe's knows home improvement. Valid through 2/28. Savings vary based on purchase amount. Exclusions apply. See Lowe's.com for more details.
What's that sound? That's the sound of Downy Unstoppable scent beads going into your washing machine and giving your clothes freshness that lasts all day long. There it is again. It's like music to your ears, or more like music to your nose. That freshness is irresistible. Let's get a Downy Unstoppables bottle shake. And now a sniff solo. Nice. Get 6 times longer lasting freshness plus odor protection with Downy Unstoppables in wash scent beads.
Right now, the sewer system is probably the last thing on your mind. And that's okay, because at the Sacramento Area Sewer District, it's our first priority. If you have a sewer problem like a slow drain or a backup, call us first, day or night.
Maida Chevy has 2.9% APR financing on every new 2024 half-ton Silverado in stock. 2.9 for 72 plus great Maida Chevy savings on new Silverado. Online at MaidaChevy.com. Together, let's try.
Finance for GM.
Sky's the limit at Sky River Casino in Elk Grove. Enjoy over 80 table games, the hottest slot machines, and our thrilling high limit room. Plus, with Sky River rewards that add up and up, and 17 bars and restaurants to experience. Visit skyriver.com today. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
The Arnold Law Firm has seen how an injury can turn anyone's life upside down. Whether it's a slip and fall, a car accident, or any other kind of injury. For almost 50 years, the Arnold Law Firm has been here to help you through the entire process to protect you and your family. If you are ever injured or in an accident, call the Arnold Law Firm. The Arnold Law Firm, providing real justice for you since 1975. call 916-777-7777. That's 916-777-7777.
It's no secret to golf enthusiasts that Timber Creek and Sierra Pines in Roseville are one of the region's most unique and scenic places to enjoy a great game of golf. 27 holes, boundless options. Elevate your game on our newly renovated driving range, putting green, and chipping area. Whether you're aiming for fun, lower scores, or all-around growth, we've got you covered. Experience golfing dreams in Roseville and book your tee time at timbercreekgc.com. Timber Creek and Sierra Pines, your ultimate golf haven.
Guys, want to lose weight, improve your performance, and increase your drive? Book your free T-check and free exam at Revive Men's Health Sacramento. Now also offering affordable, cutting-edge weight loss medications. Call 916-277-8599 or visit ReviveMen'sHealth.com.
What's up? We're talking to Chad Hoblet at Hoblet Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram in Woodland. What's happening for Chrysler's President's Day sale?
It's the biggest savings we've had in years on new heavy-duty Ram trucks. Right now, you can save up to $17,000 off MSRP on new 2024 Ram 2500 Laramie Crew Cab 4x4s. And yes, I said 2024s.
$17,000 off MSRP on brand new 2024s is a big deal. How did you pull that off?
Hoblet is California's #1 Ram truck dealer and #3 in the nation, which means we have the best selection of the trucks you need at the best prices. No one has a better selection of heavy-duty Ram trucks west of the Mississippi.
Hoblet Dodge, the small-town dealer with big city savings and selection. See our full selection at HobletDodge.com. Unbeatable prices, unbeatable selection. Nobody beats Hoblet, period. $17,000 total net savings after $11,379 factory rebates and $5,621 dealer discounts. Rebates may include 1,000 case construction rebate. Must have purchased eligible case equipment to qualify and 500 member of eligible First Responder Association. Private net savings, sample VIN 221743.
All guests come to you from the Folsom Lake Honda Hotline. Folsom Lake Honda, your one-stop Honda shop.
They bleed black and purple. It's the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross on your local sports leader, Sactown Sports.
Travis wants me to touch on his comments on the YouTube chat.
What did he say?
Noticing a trend, correct me if I'm wrong, but how often are we seeing games that Fox and Sabonis are having great games and we see the rest of the team going quiet? Like they're just leaning on these two way too much. And I am sick of it. He's talking about the starters.
Okay. By the way, though, Fox, Sabonis, and Monk, 97 points.
It's pretty good.
Yeah.
I would say this, Travis, and I'm not saying that your thoughts are without merit, but I would say this. Let's go back to the Shaq and Kobe Lakers. How many times was it Shaq and Kobe combined for 87 of the Lakers, 120 points? The Golden State Warriors. Look at all your great teams with stars, and often it's going to be a situation where you've got two or three guys that really do the bulk of the work. Let's look at last night. Let's see, 53, 73, 76 in Phoenix's 130 points came from Durant, Booker, and Gordon. The only other player in double figures was Grayson Allen with 19. You had
four and doubles for the Kings.
You had four and doubles for the Kings. Kevin Huerter, I think, had 10. Did he have 10 in the first quarter? It was early, I thought. I think a lot of that just goes to the way the game works out. When Sabonis and Fox have good matchups, you exploit them, and you want to continue to go to them. Now, I would also look at percentage-wise, De'Aaron wasn't the most efficient last night. Let's be honest. He had 40 points, he had 9 boards, and he had 6 assists to go with 3 steals. That's great, and I'll take that any day of the week. He was 14 of 31. He was 5 of 12. He was 7 of 10, and he had 6 turnovers. Now, the percentage splits aren't terrible. You're looking at what, like 40, I don't know, 47, 44, and 70. Like, they're not great. They're just not bad. And the 6 turnovers obviously doesn't help. But also, his usage rate is quite up as well. That would be my answer, is that I don't know if it's necessarily that they kind of slag off.
Right.
I think it's more of, okay, this is what we have going tonight. And then there's going to be nights where Keegan Murray has, 47.
Yeah.
Or whatever.
Right. I mean, look, if you took, what would it take here? Okay. It took about 11 points off Fox, I think, to get him at 28, 29, somewhere in there.
Yeah.
And put those points to Barnes, Murray, and Davion, and they're all in double figures.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's better. I mean, you're still the same point total, but if you had 7 in double figures versus Fox going for 40 and having 28, are you better off?
I don't know.
Maybe in some games, maybe not. Just I don't look at that as the reason why they didn't come up with a win yesterday.
That would be an interesting stat. I would be interested to see. I've never seen this collected anywhere, but NBA leaders by team, players in double figures, and just does. Is it the Orlando Magic have the most games with the most players in double figures? Where are they at? Or, whatever it may be. I mean, I'd go over to, for example, who else played? Boston. Boston would be a good one. I don't even know this.
I know Tatum was big.
Yeah. So you had, well, here you go. I mean, Tatum had 41 and nobody else, and Jaylen Brown had 19, but you had all 5 starters in double figures. Horford had 16, Holiday had 14. Derek White had 16. Is that better than Tatum having 41 and Jaylen Brown having 41? I don't know.
Yeah. There was one other game I would say that was like this, not quite the same, because the Kings did have 4 in double figures, but the Portland loss that we were so upset about, that night, Sabonis and Fox had 77. And no one else, not one other player was in double figures. Last night, I mean, they have Malik go for 22, and you got Herter there, so yeah.
And Malik's looked really good. We mentioned great. He's popped out of this slump. What was the stat I saw the other day that I think it's Malik Monk leads all players, not just, for minutes, but he leads all players when it comes to assists made. What is it? The half court offense or something?
Oh, yeah.
I got to find it, but it was a pretty telling stat. And you get to the point where you're like, and I know this is the easy thing to say, but at what point are you thinking, well, why don't we start Malik Monk? Why don't we just see what it looks like?
Yeah.
Fox, Monk, and Sabonis. What's the drawback? Yeah. Let's see what the Kentucky kids can do together in the same backcourt. Needless to say, Domantas Sabonis last night, 30 more points, 15 or more boards, 12 or more assists, 3 or more blocks in a game. It's the first time any players had that or more since Larry Bird.
Wow.
Since Larry stinking Bird. So needless to say, Jason, it was a pretty good night for Domantas Sabonis, and a pretty good night for the Sacramento Kings overall, except they did not get the win.
Yeah, they'd rather have that.
Mm-hmm. We'll take a break. When we come back, who's hot, who's not, we'll recap 3 in the key, and we will do a 3 in the key for tonight's game versus the Nuggets, all right after this.
Our first year as the radio home of the San Francisco 49ers is one we will never forget.
Going deep down the sideline for Ayuk. He's got it, and he's gone. 10, 5, touchdown! San Francisco! Ayuk is on fire!
Congratulations to the 49ers on a terrific year. And thank you for so many wonderful memories.
Golf to Go is brought to you by the Hagen Oaks Golf Super Shop. Here's Frank LaRosa.
Titleist is introducing the next generation of AVX golf balls. It's for players looking for low-flying, low-spinning golf balls with a very soft feel and excellent greenside control. Re-engineered from core to cover with exceptional distance and extraordinary feel, the new AVX is even better. It's available in white and high optic yellow. Titleist also is introducing the new Tour Soft golf balls. A new larger core increases distance off the tee while providing an incredible soft feel on every shot. Golfers who tee up Tour Soft are looking for soft feel and performance throughout the bag. Play it in white, high optic yellow, or green. True Feel is the softest Titleist ball, offering penetrating ball flight and distance from a unique, spherically tiled dimple design. It's for players who prioritize soft feel and trust the quality and consistency of the Titleist brand. Another reason why Titleist is the #1 ball in golf. That's your Golf to Go. I'm Frank LaRosa.
Elevate your drive with Acura of Stockton's President's Day savings. Unleash luxury and precision in a new Acura Integra, RDX, MDX, or TLX. Quality meets affordability with savings on our best selection. Get to AcuraofStockton.com and start your experience today. Own the road in style. Visit us today or go to AcuraofStockton.com. Elevate your drive with Acura of Stockton, where precision crafted performance is at your fingertips.
No fees on all Kings tickets happening now. You can experience Sacramento Kings basketball live with no fees on all remaining games. Watch as the Kings take on the top teams in both conferences, including big matchups against the Bucks, Lakers, Knicks, Clippers, and more. Score big on tickets and cheer on the Beam team as they make a push for the playoffs. Don't miss out. This limited time offer is only valid until February 20th. Visit kings.com/no fees to take advantage of this deal today.
Folsom Lake Ford has trucks. The F-150s are here. Explorers, Expeditions, and a huge selection of Broncos and Bronco Sports. They're in stock now at Folsom Lake Ford. Shop Folsom Lake Ford, your truck headquarters, right here in Sacramento for your favorite Ford models at good, fair prices. Short on cash? Buy any new Ford with zero down. Save big with low interest finance rates. Plus, Folsom Lake Ford is paying top dollar for all trades. We want your vehicle regardless of mileage or condition. This could be the best time to buy a new Ford. Check out the huge inventory online at FolsomLakeFord.com or stop by the dealership and see the most recent arrivals. Looking for something special? Give them a call and tell them Doug Christie sent you. Folsom Lake Ford in the Folsom Auto Mall, your trusted dealer, my trusted dealer for over 30 years. FolsomLakeFord.com.
0 down with approved credit.
Carmichael Dave here for Jiffy Lube, your proud sponsor of the Drive of the Game. Listen to every Kings game for Gary Gerald's Drive of the Game call. Then listen to Jason and me the next morning for a chance to win a $100 Jiffy Lube certificate, courtesy of all the Jiffy Lube locations in the greater Sacramento area. Jiffy Lube, your place for oil changes, wiper blades, tire rotations, and more. Hey, for valuable coupons and a location near you, visit jiffylube.com.
Country in the Park is back May 17th and 18th at Cal Expo with Brantley Gilbert, Dustin Lynch, Jay Cohen, Walker Hayes, and more. Tickets start at just $46. Country in the Park May 17th and 18th at Cal Expo. For more information, visit CITPFest.com. Brought to you by Coors Light, Garner Roofing, and Roseville Kitchen and Bath.
What's hot and what's not. Brought to you by American Energy Heat and Air, making the uncomfortable comfortable. Head to AmericanEnergyAir.com to find out more.
What's hot?
Yeah, hot. Real hot. And what's not?
It's not good. Brought to you by American Energy Heating and Air, Sacramento's complete heating and cooling company and second opinion partner.
Before we get to it, let me remind y'all, we got a Jiffy Lube Drive of the Game. Oh, yeah. Did you think we forgot? Heck, no. Call in right now, 1-800-920-1140. That's 916. Nope, it's not. It's 1-800-920-1140. Old habits die hard. Tell us what the Drive of the Game was last night. I'm looking at it. And you get a $100 gift certificate to Jiffy Lube from the text line. Last night was a perfect example of why you don't lose to the GD Pistons, the GD Blazers, or the GD Hornets. The Kings have nothing but spoiled, rotten, mentally weak people on their team.
Oh.
That's from the 209.
Okay.
And from the 916, I appreciate a text like this. Dude, can you guys please give a summary of why Greg Papa left the Raiders and what happened there? I guess I can look it up, but I'd rather you guys do it because you're getting paid. They let him go. I take that back. I don't honestly remember if they let him go or he left, but when they went to Vegas, he didn't want to make the move. So they went to Vegas, got Brett Musburger, and he took over for the Niners.
He sort of talked about it during that bye week.
Yeah.
Yeah. When it was story time.
Yeah. Incredible.
Kind of went through that. So that's the basics. But yeah, if you want more detail, look it up. In the meantime, Christopher Loud, who's hot?
Domantas Sabonis. He leads the league in triple doubles. And hey, tell me if you've heard this one before. He had 35 points, 18 rebounds, and 12 assists. He also had 3 blocks and 1 steal. The first player to do that since Larry Bird.
Sorry.
Larry Stinking Bird.
Yeah, Larry LSB.
Stinky.
And he is not an all-star. By the way, that
Bird
stat. Yeah, Bird was. Thank you, Simone, for finding it for me. Malik Monk leads the entire NBA in assists per game on half-court drives, more than Luka, Halliburton, or Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, all while averaging 25 minutes per game and being 23rd in drives per game. Wacky.
Wacky, I tell you.
Who's not?
The Kings bench.
Yeah.
Now, the bench didn't have that bad a game. It was 10 of 19 from the field with 25 points, 7 assists, and 10 rebounds.
Yeah, they were.
But when you take Malik Monk's stats out, the rest of the bench was 1 of 3 with 3 points, 1 assist, and 6 rebounds.
Stinky.
It is Trey.
Yeah. Woof. Yeah, we need Trey back.
Gross.
Let's get to our recap last night. 3 in the Key. 3 in the Key brought to you by Jason Ross's hoodie. That's right. If you want to wear a hoodie and make it look good with Abandoned Dunes vests,
make it look goody.
Make it look goody with Jason Ross. Jason Ross for a limited time only. Back to you.
Now back to you.
ESPN.
Who was it?
Shelly Smith. Shelly Smith. ESPN.
No. Okay, we are looking at the trios of Bradley Beal, who left the game, Devin Booker, and Kevin Durant. Total points versus Fox, Sabonis, and Murray's total points. Dave, you said it would be 80 for the Suns trio, 60 for the Kings. I said 74-49. Chris said 83-62. I did not do the math yet. What do we got for?
Let's see.
Bradley Beal had 5. Booker had 25.
Wow,
That's
making fun of a hurt man.
30. Kevin Durant had 28. So 58?
58 for them.
All right.
And then the big 3 for the Kings. Sabonis had 35.
Yeah.
Fox had 40.
That's 75.
Keegan Murray had 6.
81. So the correct answer was 58-81. Ugh.
Yeah, I think we're all over the place, aren't we?
Yeah. That's math is hard.
I think I said 80. Did I say 81 for the Suns?
You said 80-60. You were close.
That was close. Just reverse.
Yeah, Chris was close too. 83-62.
Oh, okay. All right, we suck.
All right, we asked for made 3-pointers by the Sacramento Kings. Davey said 14. I said 13. Chris said 15.
Jason, you win.
They made 9.
Yeah.
Okay.
Stinky.
Dave, you said on the random stat there would be a quote incident with Devin Booker.
And honestly, I can't believe he didn't get tossed.
Yeah, nothing really.
When he jumped on DeMontis's back and rode him like a pony. Katie said it. Is that an incident?
With a saddle.
Yeah.
Maybe the closest could have been when Grayson Allen fouled Fox into the stanchion.
I'm all for crapping on Grayson Allen, and he had that reputation come out of Duke. Honestly, I thought he did everything he could to hold Fox.
At the end, he hit him across.
Yeah,
he knew what he was doing.
He was going for the block. You think so? You think that was premeditated?
You could see how he was looking.
Yeah.
Oh, Grace.
We all had that cousin that would do something like that.
That is true.
And when you would start crying, to be like, shh.
I'd have given him 5 to 10. Yeah.
Uh-huh.
All right. My random stat was Malik Monk would have a double-double. Well, he had 22 points and 6 assists.
You were close.
Not quite there.
You were close.
And Chris Villad said Devin Booker would score 40 or more. He had 25.
Yeah, and he got a lot of that late.
He did.
Devin Duker.
Yep.
Got him so hard. Kings Nuggets tonight. We've got all the coverage for you right here on the Sporty 1140. Let's switch it up. 3 in the Key.
Oh.
Yeah. Let's start this off, by the way, gentlemen. As always, 1-800-GAMBLER. But let's play a quick game of Guess the Line. Kings on the opposite end, on the bad end of a back-to-back, going into the Mile High Denver Nuggets arena. Jamal Murray, KCP, questionable for tonight, but tired Kings. Doubtful, excuse me.
So.
Gentlemen, and Nuggets 21-4 at home, Kings 15-14 away. What is the line and who is favored?
This is a really difficult one because to me, if Denver's fully healthy, the rest they lost twice badly in a row. I think it should be a nice size line for them.
Fat line.
But the 2 players that are out, the Kings just defeated them badly a few weeks. Let me just go. I'll go Denver 3.
Denver 3.
I wanted to say 5, but I'm going to say 3.
Denver 5.5.
Okay. I believe last time we did this, I think Chris had an instinct and changed it. You just had an instinct and changed it.
Didn't change it.
Didn't change it. That's right. I will say, even if you'd have changed it, it wouldn't have mattered. You'd have been a half point off. Christopher Laud on the nose. 5.5 points.
Nice.
The Denver Nuggets are favored tonight.
Okay.
Seems a little low.
I don't think so.
No. Yeah, I think we all kind of feel maybe we're off, but
matchup's been good.
Yeah.
Denver's lost 2 in a row. Now that's kind of a recipe for, and they've been blown out twice, but they're obviously not playing as well. And 2 starters are out.
You know, interestingly enough, just looking around the wait, is this right? The Nets and Celtics play tonight? Didn't they play?
Yeah,
last night.
Mm-hmm.
Wow, that's weird. Warriors favored by 3.5 over the Clippers tonight.
Kawhi being out. Okay.
Yeah. All right.
Okay.
Okay.
Well, here we go. Let's do it.
Yeah. Let's.
First category. We're Battle of the Bigs.
Battle of the
We
Bigs.
did this last time they played. Joker stat line versus Sabonis stat line. Dave.
All right. I'm going to go Joker 27, 12, and 12. And Sabonis, I will go 18, 15, and 8.
Oh,
I know. I think Joker will get him.
I'm going to go back to Joker having a monster night. 40, 11, and 7.
Yeah, he's going to have to carry a load tonight.
Yes, he is. And Sabonis is going to have 23, 14, and 10.
Well,
Chris?
Joker 28, 13, and 8.
Okay.
Sabonis 15, 16, and 7.
Oh. Frank
Okay.
pointing out this is also the third game in 4 nights for the game.
Oh.
Yeah.
All right, Frank.
Did you know a team has yet to win the third game in 4 nights this year in the NBA? They're 0-26.
Yeah.
Probably.
Mm-hmm.
Got that from Optastats, huh?
All right. Last time these two teams played, the Kings had their largest lead of the season. So this category and the Kings in the second night of a back-to-back, third and 4 nights. So we're going to go on each end of the spectrum. Each team's largest lead, Denver's and the Kings.
Kings by 6, Denver by 15.
Okay. I will say Denver will have a double-digit lead of 11. Kings will have a lead of 8.
Ooh. Scary.
Chris?
Denver 18, Kings 7.
Okay. Random stat.
Let's say, you know what? I didn't do it last game. I'll do it this game. Mike Brown will win a challenge, which would be so random. His third challenge of the year he's won, probably.
Mike Brown will win a challenge. I have the Kings bench will double up. They'll lap Denver's bench. They'll double them up in points.
They'll lap Denver's bench?
Yes.
That's awesome.
Yes.
Joker will get another technical.
Ooh, I was thinking about that one. Yeah, I feel like
Joker.
There's going to be a tech tonight.
Yeah.
Denver, Joker, Mike Malone.
Can't spell Joker without a T.
At this point right now, considering everything, taking all things into consideration, if one of them was going to play tonight, would you rather it be Jamal Murray or KCP?
KCP.
You'd rather it be him that plays tonight?
Mm-hmm.
I'm on the fence. I know the obvious answer is Jamal Murray. It's just Jamal Murray has.
Where's this fence?
It is a white picket fence.
Okay.
It's on the corner. Cody backed into it is broken right now. It's just that defense KCP provides, and it seems like every time he plays this, he's just always hitting that corner 3. And Jamal Murray just doesn't seem right right now. But I get it. We'll take a break. When we come back, Niners at 9, Emil Fregoso joins us. Final hour of the program. We'll do that right after this.
Kevin Herter plays here.
It's Herter. He's been hot. He fires. He's still hot. Kevin Herter from downtown has a 15-point first quarter.
Sactown Sports is your proud home of the Sacramento Kings.
Around here at Wrangler, we are all excited for spring. The longer days, the warmer nights. When you've got your pick of shorts and jeans, either works just fine. Blue skies, open roads. Wrangler, for the ride of life.
Some people just know the best places to eat around town. Those are the people who know to choose Allstate. They know exactly where to go to get exactly what you're wanting. They know where to find the spiciest hot pot, the gooeyest brownies, and the tenderest, most flavorful portobello steak. Those people also know that safe drivers save 40% with Allstate. Saving 40% is based on the national average premium savings for Allstate auto customers with a clean driving record versus those without. Savings vary by state and vary based on how you buy, subject to terms, conditions, and availability. Allstate Fire and Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates, Northbrook, Illinois.
When you need auto parts, O'ReillyAuto.com is just a click away. Order online and pick up at your local store. Visit O'ReillyAuto.com.
O'Reilly Auto Parts.
I started vaping my freshman year of high school, mostly because all my friends had vapes. I wanted to fit in with them and look cool and be a part of everything that they were doing. The hardest part about quitting for me was all my friends still hitting their vapes right next to me. It was really frustrating and confusing when I was trying to quit because in my head I knew I didn't want to do it anymore, but for some reason my brain still wanted it.
No quit story is the same. For free support, text Kick Nicotine to 66819 today.
This year, Dell Technologies wants to help you do amazing things with their best tech. For a limited time only, save on select next-gen PCs like the XPS 13 Plus, powered by Intel Core processors, and more. Plus, curate your dream setup with great deals on select monitors, mice, and more must-have electronics and accessories. When you shop online at Dell.com/deals, you'll have access to leading-edge technology to match your forward-thinking spirit and free shipping on everything. Again, that's Dell.com/deals.
Hey, it's Carmichael Dave. I got good news. The American Energy Heat and Air $0 HVAC diagnostic has been extended to February 29th. That's right. It expired at the end of January, but want to give you all an opportunity who missed out to get in. It's a $99 value. All right, it's $100, and right now it's free. I don't know how much easier I can pitch that. Normally $100, now $0. Let the American Energy team test your system, your connections, and all the moving parts of that system to make sure it's functioning properly. And you know who's going to be coming to your home? A group of people that have an A+ rating with the Better Business Bureau. A group of folks that have been making the greater Sacramento area proud since 1981. $0 HVAC diagnostic. Normally a $100 value right now at American Energy Heat and Air. Go to AmericanEnergyAir.com or call them to make your appointment. 916-520-9990.
Welcome to the President's Day sale, happening now at Northern California's #1 Honda dealer, Stockton Honda. Celebrate with us and get huge savings on our giant selection. Whether you're shopping new or pre-owned, Stockton Honda has the selection and savings. Plus, get top dollar for your trade.
Anytime, anywhere, it's all here. Stockton Honda.com.
#1 claims based on 2023 total new and Honda certified pre-owned vehicle car sales from American Honda Motor Company. Sold on report. Guys, want to lose weight, improve your performance, and increase your drive? Revive Men's Health can help you make it happen with our new cutting-edge weight loss medications, like your favorite athletes and celebrities use. They're affordable and available now. And since your testosterone level has a direct impact on your weight and fitness, get a free T-check and free exam. Book your appointment today at Revive Sacramento. We know we can help you. Call 916-277-8599. That's 916-277-8599. Or visit ReviveMen'sHealth.com.
KHTKAM Sacramento, KYMX HD2 Sacramento. From the Power Business Technology Toshiba Studios, your new home for 49ers football in the 916.
Sactown Sports.
The Carmichael Dave Show.
He's on the microphone when he's not on the microphone. He's playing a song, and when he's not playing a song, he's on the microphone. And then boom.
With Jason Ross.
No, he didn't. Yes, he did.
Call or text at 916-339-1140.
It's the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross on Sactown Sports.
As we get to Emil Fragoso, the Niners 9. Guys, are we allowed to go back retroactively and name a winner of the Super Bowl commercials?
Sure.
Because it's Dunkin' Donuts.
Is it?
Did you guys catch the full clip yesterday?
No, more
there's
outtakes
a full,
or bloopers?
there's like a full 5-minute film version of the whole Dunkin' Donut. Like Ben Affleck's at home coming up with the idea, calling people, getting them together. Plus, there's outtakes that we've seen where, like, they did the whole thing. It had the perfect mix of cameos. You had Matt Damon, Tom Brady, J-Lo, Ben, others, and Ben not taking himself seriously. then they follow up and they've got the jumpsuits that they sold that sold out like that, and it's viral. Everyone's talking about it. Whoever's in charge of that campaign did a really good job.
Well done.
Yeah, you should watch it. I highly recommend it. Good morning, Emil. How are you?
Good morning, boys. How are you doing?
I
know.
Let's start off with you're an Arizona State guy. Let's just, before we get into the nuts and bolts and all that crap.
Yeah.
Let's talk about your guy, Brandon Ayuk. I'm sure you've seen by now. I think it's his girlfriend talking about. Might be the last time we ever stepped foot in Levi Stadium. I don't know if it's his brother or his best friend was on Instagram saying this is why we're leaving. I know he's got an option. There's an option for this year, but is the smoke about Brandon Ayuk's tenure with the Niners being a little tenuous? Is that real to you at all?
I'm not going to say that he's actively asking for a trade, but there probably is some smoke to the fire of trying to use, this Super Bowl loss as leverage to get a new deal, especially when, you're a star receiver having your first all-pro season and you have 3 catches in the Super Bowl, right? It wasn't a great look, especially on that 3rd and 4 in overtime when he's wide open in the end zone and Brock just couldn't get it to him because he had no time. So there is a little bit of truth to that in that aspect, but I don't think Brandon wants to leave. Now, in terms of what Brandon has said, he talked to me yesterday during cleanout, and he was very, very emotional and said, whatever's the right move. And they go, what would the right move be? And being a Super Bowl champion, he would stay with the 49ers. That's just raw and fresh emotion right there of how much they wanted this ring and how much they wanted to get it done. He had to end his media availability early because he just broke down in tears. He couldn't do it anymore. And that's just how much it meant to this Niners team to get it done this year for this unit, this group of guys, and how devastating not only the Dre Greenlaw injury was, but just the way they lost this game, right? This Niners team is built so much on emotion and team camaraderie, and to not get it done this year when all the cards were going their way. I mean, they were the healthiest they were going into a Super Bowl they ever have been, and they just came up just so short. And that's really the problem, and really the issue right here is that everything is still fresh right now. So give them a few weeks. We'll see how it goes. Look, family and all that stuff can talk. It comes down to the player and what they want to do. The Niners have made it very clear they want to keep Ayuk long-term as one of those guys you want to keep long-term. And he has a 5th-year option for this year for $14.1 million. He's not going anywhere this year unless they trade him.
Emil, how about the rest of the theme of yesterday? You said the Niners kind of, right after the game, it's way too emotional. That was such a tough way to lose. It didn't give them a ton of time, but they still had a chance to talk about it yesterday. Was there a common theme, common message from what the guys were saying yesterday?
There wasn't really a common theme. It was more so that they were still kind of shell-shocked. The feelings were still just fresh. That was more of what the theme was of like, man, we were just right there at the mountaintop. You're right there to beat Mahomes, and we just couldn't get over the top. And talking with Kyle and John as well, because they give a presser to close out their season. There's a perception around Kyle Shanahan that he can't win the big game, and that's correct to a degree. What's correct about that is that he can't win the Super Bowl, and he hasn't in a couple tries. He's been a part of absolutely massive, historic comebacks and collapses, both with the Falcons and with the Niners now in the Super Bowl. But he's won a lot of big games in his career. He's 72-55 as a Niners coach, and they've gone to the NFC Championship game multiple times, gone to Super Bowl 2 times in 5 years. So the perception that he can't win a big game is wrong. But in terms of can he win the big one, that's still to be determined, and that's what's kicking him right now and what he's going to have to reflect on for the rest of the offseason and this Niners team for that, because things are going to change this offseason for sure.
Is Steve Wilkes coming back?
That's the
should Steve Wilkes come back?
I think he should. I saw your tweet earlier, Dave. I really did. And look, Belichick is a great option. Bravel, a great option. Here's the problem is that it was year 1 with Steve Wilkes in the building. It was a lot of learning and adapting to. When they had Robert Saleh and D'Amico Ryans, both those guys had 4 or 5 years with the Niners to build up this defense and build up the play calling. Steve spent this whole first year having to adapt and learn and change his philosophy to the Niners philosophy. And that's why there was some pushback between both Kyle and Steve, even going into the Super Bowl, on what to call on certain things. I think there are not better options out there than Steve Wilkes, unless you're getting a Belichick or a Vrabel. And then you still have to bring them in. You have to ingratiate them towards the Niners system. And that in itself is its own beast. So I think Steve Wilkes did an admirable job in his first year. And I think that the secondary got better because of Steve Wilkes. I think Amador Lenore took a leap. I think Javarius Ward took a leap. I think guys like Jair Brown were able to be a starter because of guys like Steve Wilkes being there to help coach them. They call him the DB whisperer for a reason. And I think that Steve Wilkes is a good coach. Now, it'll be interesting to see what they do over the next coming weeks. Kyle expects to have all of his staff come back. He's already lost 2 coordinators in the span of 24 hours, so we'll see what happens.
Talking to Emil Fergoso, our Sactown Sports 49ers Insider, of course, brought to you by our friends at Timber Creek. They got golf available at all times. Certainly check them out at timbercreekgc.com. Emil, the defense, we were talking about it, but how about the front end of the defense? A group that at times in the game was really strong. I know they got some decisions to make, one on Chase Young. I know we've talked about him for weeks, but also Eric Armstead. Where do you kind of think might happen with a couple of those guys?
Yeah, that's going to be the real big change, I think, up front is going to be those guys. We know that Hargrave and Bosa are staying because of their long-term deals, but Chase Young is going to want some money this offseason. He's going to want $10 million plus per year, and I don't think that the Niners are going to be able to match that or willing to match that, even though we had a really strong Super Bowl. And then for Eric Armstead, he's in the final year of his deal at a $28.4 million cap hit. And not only that, he revealed yesterday to us that he suffered a torn meniscus week 13 against the Eagles and played through that the whole season. So he has to go into the offseason with surgery and most likely going to be out until training camp. So that kind of puts a damper on that as well for Eric Armstead going into a contract year. And that's kind of where they're at. They need to add pieces, but they need to add smaller pieces because of where their salary cap issues are right now.
They're redoing Eric's contract, though, probably, right? They're gonna extend and lower. Wouldn't you think?
I would think so, but also, again, someone has to go, and my money, I hate to say this, is kind of on Eric Armstead right now because of what he asked for.
Sacramento.
No, look, love Eric, but at the end of the day, he's 30 years old, 2 years of plantar fasciitis, and now has a torn meniscus in his right knee. This is a business first and foremost. As much as they love Eric Armstead, if he asks for a certain amount of money, they're not going to match that. So if they can lower it, absolutely, they'll do it. But we'll see what Eric wants out of his camp because Eric still feels like he's a very valuable player. And this could be a DeForest Buckner situation of a couple years ago, which someone's got to go.
With Dre Greenlaw blowing the Achilles, with Aaron Rodgers blowing his Achilles, has there been any timetable set? I mean, do we even know, is it possible that we could get Dre back, if not started next season, well into it to where he can make an impact? Have they said anything?
They haven't said anything. No, he hasn't even had surgery yet. They're letting the inflammation go down on that. Look, Aaron Rodgers and the whole Achilles, debacle, whatever that was throughout the season, that was for a quarterback and for an immobile quarterback at that. This is for Dre Greenlaw, one of the most ferocious linebackers in the NFL, one of the guys who moves so quick laterally side to side. Suffering an Achilles tear in the Super Bowl likely means he's out until mid-season, maybe even the postseason. I mean, that's just being optimistic right now for Dre Greenlaw because this is a serious injury. And one, we forget that going into week 18 of the season, he had Achilles tendonitis. And so just to see, it finally rupture, it finally give out in the Super Bowl is just so disheartening and so heartbreaking to see for this Niners team. And I really feel for Dre, a phenomenal player, a phenomenal human being, one of their heartbeats, their defense. And that's going to be a challenge next year for this Niners team.
Emil, you've been covering this team all season long. What a luxury, though, to go to the Super Bowl. What was your personal experience to cover the Super Bowl like?
It was fun. It was a lot of fun. Really, really amazing to be at Allegiant Stadium for the first time. Really, really cool to just see the atmosphere and the vibe. It was like a party in there, honestly. Even from the before the game, it was a party. Cascade was doing the DJ. The beats were on fire. The music was on fire. Everyone was just pumped up to be there. It was bigger and more massive than I've ever been a part of. And it kind of was a little stressful because just trying to navigate from being where I was upstairs to downstairs and on the floor. That was a challenge, but in itself, it was super, super fun and super, super cool to be a part of. Even though the Niners lost, I will always have that memory in my memory bank for sure.
All right. Well, if you play your cards right, you do a good job. You can come with Jason and I to New Orleans next year. All right.
Sounds good, boys.
Thanks so much, brother. We'll talk to you soon, Emil. Thank you.
Thanks, guys. Have a good one.
Thank you.
Too. That's Emil Fergoso. Sactown Sports Niners Insider, and he'll continue the coverage all summer long as the Niners take a breath, and then they're going to start their drive to
there'll be draft, free agency, all the regular stuff to go back at it again.
And a lot of questions on how they're going to perform that drive and how they're going to get everything together. My guess is they're going to probably save up to $15,000 off MSRP on new 2023 Ram 1500 Bighorn Crew Cab 4x4s with my good friends at Hoplet. Yeah, that's right. To start something new sales event. Save up to $17,000 off MSRP on hard-to-find new 2024 Ram 2500 Laramie Crew Cab 4x4s. Remember, just a 30-second break here, everybody, so stick around. You got to take advantage of the federal and state rebates Hoblet has with a brand-new plug-in hybrid. I've got an electric vehicle. I'll never go back. I have to worry about gas stations, stopping, paying, all that crap. My car's quick as hell, man. I took the plunge, and I don't regret it one bit. See Hoblet's true pricing at HobletDodge.com. The price you see is the price you pay. No hidden fees, no add-ons, no surprises. That's why they're the number one Ram truck dealer in California, number 7 in the entire country. Unbeatable prices, unbeatable selection. Nobody beats Hoblet, period. We'll take a break. A lot to cover in this final 45 minutes. When we come back, in addition to previewing the Kings and Nuggets, fresh off of his podcast, Travis Kelce on his bump into Andy Reid and his thoughts on Kyle Shanahan's strategy in overtime. We'll get to that next.
Our first year as the radio home of the San Francisco 49ers is one we will never forget.
It's a toss to McCaffrey, a cutback run 30, breaks 340, McCaffrey midfield, McCaffrey 40, 30, 20, and toasted all the way down to the 3-yard line on the first play of the game. CMC Dynamite!
Congratulations to the 49ers on a terrific year. And thank you for so many wonderful memories. The Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross.
Call or text at 916-339-1140.
On Sactown Sports.
I'd like to welcome you all to our YouTube chat if you're watching there. Wheezy80 on the YouTube chat says, Dave, my wife wants fire wings for Valentine's Day dinner tonight. What do you recommend? Well, thanks for asking, Wheezy. I obviously always bread and Malaysian curry, but I also do Louisiana rub, peanut butter. And, maybe throw in a Saigon Street. And I forgot that my read. Not only is it Wing Day Wednesday, but it's also 88-cent wings on Valentine's Day.
And you've mentioned the noodles before.
Yeah.
Fries are terrific as well.
Fries are fantastic.
They've got a lot of good stuff there.
What better thing to eat for Valentine's Day dinner than fire wings? And you can make your order right now at firewings.com and pick them up whenever.
There you
I've
go.
been trying to make my own fire wings noodles, and it's just not the same.
It isn't. And honestly, I guarantee you it's something like fish sauce, or there's an ingredient in there that we don't do because I've tried the same thing. It ain't the same. It ain't the same. 1-800-920-1140. Is your phone number. Oh, by the way, I'll open up the phone lines right now again for the Jiffy Lube Drive of the Game. Forgot to get that. Let's get your Jiffy Lube Drive of the Game. If you were listening last night, call in, and we will take the first caller that has that Drive of the Game. You could have yourself a $100 Jiffy Lube gift certificate. Jason Kelce, along with his brother Travis, have a podcast. It's pretty fun to listen to. They had it, I believe, this morning, and Travis talked about the Andy Reid bumping.
The broadcast showed you having a heated exchange with Coach Reid.
So heated. People are all over this. I mean, I get it.
You crossed the line. I think we can both agree on that.
I can't get that fired up to the point where I'm bumping Coach and it's getting him off balance and stuff.
I mean, let's be honest. The yelling in his face, too, is over the top. I think there's better ways to handle this.
I love Coach Reid. Coach Reid knows how much I'd love to play for him. I'm not playing for anybody else but Big Red. If he calls it quits this year, I'm out there with him, man.
He ain't calling it quits. Come on now.
He's not. I immediately wish I would have took it back. Coach Reid actually came right up to me after that, and he just let him know, hey, man, I love your passion. I got cameras on me all over the place, man.
He's letting you know not to be like that.
Just fired me up even more to go out there and get a victory for him, man. Big Red, sorry if I caught you with that cheap shot, baby. But damn, I love winning with you.
You got to have your head on a swivel because next time he gets fired up at you, he's coming hot at you. You know that.
Oh, yeah, I deserve it. If he would have cold cocked me in the face right there, I would have just ate it and just been like, yeah, let's go.
I'm not trying to make this situation acceptable, but this is what happens when you have highly motivated, passionate individuals. This doesn't happen if you and Andy aren't as close as you are. That's what nobody knows. The reason this happens is because you two love each other so much and respect each other so much that you feel open enough to have an interaction like this.
It wasn't me mad at Coach Reid as it looks. It was the frustration of our team not having success, turning the ball over, and me being
on the sideline.
Just on the sideline.
Damn it. It was pleading with your head coach to let you go out there and win this month. That's what it was. Me and you both know what it was. Andy knows what you mean to him and what he means to you.
Sounds like excuse for a bunch of toxic masculinity to me, Jason Ross.
Is that what it was?
That's what it was. Yeah. Here is one more from Travis Kelce on the coin toss strategy from Kyle Shanahan.
You get the gift of knowing what you need that second possession. He said something about a third possession.
You win the coin toss. That's what you get. You get the opportunity to have the advantage, and they handed it right over to us.
Stop laughing. It's not funny, Trav. That didn't feel good.
You're joking, right?
JR.
What's up, lovers? Happy Valentine's Day.
You're my Valentine, JR.
Girl.
You are. Hey, can I bump my wife like that with Andy Reid? And is that going to be okay? Because we love each other. We're on the same team.
I think if you do that, you're probably going to spend a couple nights in a place you don't want to, pal.
Exactly. Yeah, Travis and whatever the other guy's name
it's
is.
a warning. That's a red flag, Taylor.
Taylor, yeah. That is 100%.
Yeah.
He's gonna bump her. She's gonna need a Band-Aid to fill that bullet hole.
Well, yeah, it's not like Andy Reid is Muggsy Bogues either. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So
What is she? She's a praying mantis. She weighs like 10 pounds soaking wet.
Yeah, don't be like, well, it just goes to show the relationship we have. I mean, I really wanted to get out there and wanted to fix that backyard.
I hugged the walrus on the sideline, and we were all good. Duh.
Can't do it, man.
Moron.
Yeah.
It still hurts. I'm still hungover from it.
Yeah.
Same.
But you guys are doing a great job. Happy Valentine's Day, boys.
Thank
Bye-bye.
you. Thank you, brother, man. Appreciate that. I mean, it's fine.
It'll be just fine.
It's fine.
Sure.
It was okay.
It was all right. It was okay. Kings Nuggets tonight. Kings go 3-0 against the Nuggets.
Yeah. How about that if they can beat them?
Jokic versus Sabonis. One is playing at an all-star level. The other is guys won a couple MVPs. No, this is a fun match. Look,
will he ever not be diet Jokic to you?
Sabonis?
Yeah.
I mean,
what's the difference?
He is like, okay, so if last year he was diet Sabonis, like this year he's like Sabonis light. Like he's
getting closer.
Like he has some of the sugar. It's not stevia anymore. Like there's a little bit of sugar in the drink. They're so Jokic is a better scorer, but where it's really kind of even look, Nikola Jokic is maybe my favorite non-Sacramento King.
Yeah.
I love him. I'm not going to speak ill will of him at all. But where it's really starting to get interesting is Jokic is a better scorer.
Yeah. Sabonis has more rebounds.
He has more rebounds. They're getting really and oh, by the way, Jokic is better. Sabonis is a better defender. They ask for far more from Domantas Sabonis on the Kings than they do with what was Bruce Brown last year, KCP, Aaron Gordon. Jokic has a lot more help, but it's where it's really becoming interesting is the assists.
Yeah, I'd be curious to know what the difference is there.
Well, we know, I mean, Domantas Sabonis for February is averaging a triple-double, which just checked. That's actually really good, especially considering we're halfway through February. But as of right now, for the year, Sabonis is averaging, where are you? Come on. 20.2 points, 13.2 boards, and 8.4 assists. Okay, so you got that. So our 8.4 assists is the one we're looking for. Let me bring up Denver real quick.
So 20.2, 13.2, 8.4.
That is right. And Nikola Jokic is averaging 26.3 points, 12.2 boards, 8.3 assists.
Oh, Sabonis passed him.
He passed him. I didn't even realize that. So, look, neither of them are making any All-NBA first teams.
Defensively,
excuse me. I apologize. But I think this is as close to Nikola Jokic as Domantas Sabonis has ever been. And that's saying something when you're talking about a perennial MVP candidate, a guy who is almost certainly, I would say, going to win his third MVP this year. That's pretty interesting, Jason Ross.
Yeah, I mean, in the last time they played, granted, the game got out of hand for Denver, but Sabonis, I thought, outplayed him.
I completely agree. He did outplay. He 100% outplayed him. Now, the worry tonight, of course, is you've got a very tired, or you should have a very tired Kings team that is playing the defending champions on the road, second night of a back-to-back. Much like the Nuggets were playing the Kings on the second night of a back-to-back.
Yeah.
So I do find that a little bit interesting and a little bit problematic. However, if Sabonis and Jokic cancel each other out, which they should.
Yeah. That should help the Kings.
That's advantage Kings.
You still have Fox,
yes,
Murray, all the way down the line. Now they've got other guys, but they don't. And the other part, the last time they played, KCP was out. Also, Michael Porter Jr. was out. Jamal Murray played, but now it sounds like it's KCP and Murray. So got to watch a guy like Porter and Gordon.
Yep,
front court's still really big.
That's right. And for the Kings, you got to have something. You either have to have Murray or Barnes and Monk.
Yeah,
there's got to be. In my opinion, for them to win tonight, there's got to be at least 2 non-Fox bonuses.
Yeah,
that really, really stand out tonight.
Yeah, because I know they don't have Murray, but Reggie Jackson's still more than capable.
Yes,
so, I mean, he's a good player.
Well, Reggie's one of those guys. I mean, it's a little Malik Monkey in the sense that
start for a lot of teams,
right, and just can go through spurts where you're like, you look up and you're like, wow, Reggie Jackson has 11 of Denver's last 15 points, and they're on a 15-4 run, and a bunch of Reggie Jackson can catch fire.
Yeah.
I don't like it. So they will play one more time again 2 weeks from tonight. That will be is that here? No, that's right. They haven't played in Denver yet this year. And fortunately for them, as you noted, Jason, they have yet to play the Nuggets at full strength.
Right. And tonight will be the same. So got to take advantage of that. I know there's some things going against the Kings, but if they could just finish strong here going into the break, that'd be huge.
Also, Nuggets aren't playing the Kings at full strength. Sasha Vezenkov out.
Yeah, and maybe Trey Lyles.
Yeah. Who had an illness, by the way. So we'll see if Trey Lyles can be ready to go. We'll take a break. 4 Down territory coming up next. If we have time, also what to watch before we get to crosstalk and celebrity birthdays. We'll get to all that right after this on Sactown Sports.
Did you miss any part of our live local shows? Don't worry, you never have to miss them again. Check out SactownSports.com and search our podcast page and play our shows when you want. The Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross, Stiles and Watkins, and the Drive Guys. Plus, other podcasts like Return of the Empire, Return of the Roar, the Stingers Up podcast, and Golf to Go with Frank LaRosa.
They're all available right now on SactownSports.com.
Sacramento weather is brought to you by Folsom Lake Kia.
I'm Tamara Berg in the KCRA 3 Weather Center. Your Wednesday forecast starts out cloudy and overcast. We will expect rain developing later this afternoon and through the evening drive home. Expect today a little cooler with highs in the upper 50s. Get the latest forecast on the KCRA 3 News and the KCRA 3 app.
The new year is here at Folsom Lake Kia. Shop my favorite dealer, Folsom Lake Kia, for low interest rates, low payment with 0 down deals with approved credit. Folsom Lake Kia for over 25 years right here in Sacramento.
Power Business Technology is proud to be 100% independent, locally owned and managed Toshiba copier dealer. Local ownership cuts out the red tape, allowing ourselves to never be too busy to personally answer the call when our clients need us. Recognized for excellence in service execution, training, and customer service, we're proud to be named a 2022 Toshiba ProMasters Elite Dealer. Contact us today for all of your business printing needs at 844-POWER-BZ. That's 844-769-3729, or visit us at powercopiers.com.
Capital Casino has been serving the greater Sacramento area in the same convenient downtown location for over 20 years, with plenty of close by, well-lit parking monitored by security staff and offering the most variety of table games in the region in a safe and friendly environment. Best food, best service, and the best action That's Capital Casino. For more information on tournaments and gaming, check out their website at capital-casino.com. And please remember to gamble responsibly. 1-800-GAMBLER.
Bonneville International Radio Station contests are open to participants at least 18 years of age and older that are residents of California and who reside in one of the 6 counties that make up the Sacramento metro area, unless otherwise specified. Employees or agents of the station, Bonneville International Corporation, other area radio stations, or any entity associated with the contest are not eligible to win, unless the station otherwise specifies in its own discretion. Persons who have won in the last 30 days from a station contest or event may not be eligible. For a copy of the general contest rules, visit khtk.com.
Big savings are back at Folsom Lake Honda, your one-stop Honda shop.
Looking to own or lease? We have options for everyone. Plus, lower interest rates at Folsom Lake Honda make for lower payments. It's no wonder Folsom Lake Honda is your one-stop Honda shop.
Get an instant cash offer for your trade at FolsomLakeHonda.com. We'll buy your car whether you buy from us or not.
Visit us today at FolsomLakeHonda.com.
Folsom Lake Honda, yeah, your one-stop Honda shop.
Febreze.
Fabric Talk. Hey, it's me, your couch. Today's my favorite day of the week. Febreze Fabric Spray Day. The occasional deep cleanse are nice, but in between, you know I'm needing a refresh. Ooh, here she comes with the Febreze Fabric Spray. Oh yeah, spritz them armrests. Don't be shy. Nothing like a good spray down to get me smelling so fresh and clean. Don't forget my back. Nice. Febreze Fabric Spray. It's just that easy. Now we can both breathe happy. Febreze. La 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 la.
Hi, I'm Jade, and the little thing I love about the Chick-fil-A sausage, egg, and cheese biscuit is the savoriness of the sausage, the fluffiness of the egg, and the butteriness of the biscuit. It's amazing. The perfect start to my day.
Hi, everyone. It's Justin. A little thing I love about the Chick-fil-A sausage, egg, and cheese biscuit is the fluffy egg, the melted cheese, and the sizzling sausage. It's the start to your morning that you didn't know you need.
Order a sausage, egg, and cheese biscuit and Simply Orange juice on the Chick-fil-A app. Real guests paid for their testimonials.
At Lowe's, save big every day when you buy in bulk. Save on bulk purchases of select insulation from trusted brands like Green Fiber. Plus, save an extra 5% every day on eligible purchases when you use your Lowe's business credit card. Visit us for the materials you need, because Lowe's knows savings. Lowe's knows pros. Selection varies by location. While supplies last, discount taken at time of purchase. See sales associate for details. 5% offer subject to credit approval. Exclusions and terms apply. See store Lowes.com/credit for details. U.S. only.
Can I get a weight reading on the cat in exam 3?
Zuri needs a new vet tech after their current one literally moved to a farm. But finding an ideal replacement takes some training.
This is like herding cats.
Indeed can help them hire great people fast.
I need Indeed.
Indeed you do. Schedule virtual interviews and talk to candidates right from your employer dashboard. Visit Indeed.com/credit and get $75 towards your first sponsored job. Terms and conditions apply.
I'm Craig Ashton of the injury law firm of Ashton & Price. Whether you've been injured on a bicycle, as a pedestrian in a slip and fall, auto, Uber, Lyft, or big rig accident, you need Ashton & Price in your corner. When you call Ashton & Price, there's no chatbot telling you to hit 3 for accounting. You're greeted by a real live person who will immediately transfer you to an experienced attorney. The consultation's free, and there's never a fee until you win.
Remember, for the best advice, don't think twice. Call Ashton & Price.
Waking you up with the best in local sports. On Sactown Sports.
All right, 4 down territory coming up in a second here. Congratulations to Rick and Antelope. Rick has won
Rick.
Jiffy Lube Drive of the game and the $100 gift certificate from our good friends at Jiffy Lube. 1-800-920-1140. Steven, you're on with the great Jason Ross.
Hey.
Just the great Jason Ross. Jason Ross only, right?
Well, I chime in. Like, hi.
Oh, you chime in. Okay.
I'm here
so
too.
You're the comic relief.
I am the comic relief. I'm the fat sidekick.
The dog that was on Conan.
Yes, I'm
Insult.
I'm David the Insult comic dog.
Yeah,
with Robert
thank
Schmeigel's
you
hand
for
up my back.
Oh my gosh, dude!
Yeah.
What a classic,
What
dude!
a
What a classic. Anyway, have you either one of you ever been physically dog walked? Like, have you guys ever been dog walked before?
The closest I've come to being dog walked is I do remember, like in basketball practice, we had to take towels, like little gym towels, and put them on our palms and put our palms flat on the gym floor. And then we had to run line to line back and forth, like not on all fours, like we were still on our feet, but we had to bend all the way down to the ground and then slide our palms along the ground. Dude, those were so brutal.
Yeah, and super helpful for game situation.
100% super helpful. Yeah, it was like doing planking and running, and it sucked, dude. So I get nobody walked me, but I dog walked myself.
I think we've all had our fair share of being dog walked. So the originating, where that saying came from, I don't specifically know where it came from, but it means that you're getting your behind beat so bad that you are getting physically dragged. So like you're walking a dog, your dog is tired.
Yeah.
It's like, all right, buddy, it's time to go home. I know you're exhausted, but we got 2.5 miles left, and you're just dragging this dog. You're being dog walked.
You gotta want it, dog.
You gotta want it, man.
Yeah.
Thank you. I got more for you next week.
Okay, I appreciate that. There's a lot of research that went.
Then we get the origin of boat racing.
Boat racing,
so dog walked is like when I dog walked Jason by beating him 150-0 in dominoes.
If that ever happened,
that's what dog walking,
right? Yeah. Exactly. Well, I can tell you, speaking of that, dog walking could also be in Phoenix when I was dog walking Jason playing cornhole. And then Jason went inside and did some performance enhancers or something and came back out and boat raced me. It was bad.
You were dog walking him and then he boat raced
raced me. We were throwing haymakers on the cornhole board that
legendary.
It really was.
No joke. The most impressive game of cornhole I've ever seen. It was a mini cornhole, so it's on the table.
Yeah.
It was Rami and his girlfriend just throwing back to back, just getting everything.
Really?
Just getting everything in. It was they should make an ESPN
30 for 30.
30 for 30 on it.
So I just saw this last week, not to be one up guy, but I just saw this clip last week and you bring it up. Dude. I saw at this competition. There was straight up a guy with he didn't have no legs, but they were cut off above the knees, and he didn't have what'd you say?
He had cutoffs.
Yeah, and he didn't have no arms, but he just had the elbows.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. So I don't want to say no arms and no legs, but mostly no arms and mostly no legs in the uniform at the competition. And I straight saw this guy imagine number one holding the bag with your elbows together. Secondly, the strength to get it all the way across. First off, I couldn't get it that far. Secondly, this dude was launching it, falling forward and then getting back up. Nailed 4 in a row in the hole. In the hole. I mean, 3 of them slid in the hole and 1 of them went in. I just saw this clip. I was like, that's literally maybe the most impressive athletic feat I've ever seen in my life.
Yeah.
For real. You had Oscar Pistorius with the flippers he was wearing, or whatever you call them, the
blades.
The blades. Thank you. That was that. I'm aware of what happened after, but that at the time, you're like, oh my god, this is super interesting, and it was, bro. No arms and no legs, and you nail 4 cornholes in a row, 4 bags in a row.
Impressive.
That is my Fire Wings moment of the game. 4 down territory right now, please.
Just wing it.
Just wing it.
First down?
Yes.
No team has ever won 3 straight Super Bowls. What % chance do you give the Chiefs to do it?
You okay?
Yep. I was thinking something. Joke my daughter told me once. I'm gonna give them a 51% chance, which is better than a coin flip.
Wow.
I'll say it again. I completely acknowledge health, salary cap, bad luck, good luck, Josh Allen, all the things. You got Jim Harbaugh now in your conference, bloody blue, blah, blah. And also the whole Pat Riley disease of more thing when players start getting full of themselves. Travis Kelce might come back next year is like, like in the movie where he's like wearing the glasses, like, hello, everybody, good to see you. Like he's gone completely Hollywood and all that, and Andy Reid's going to have to lose it on everyone. You remember your football players. But until the champs aren't the champs, they're the champs to me. And I've seen this movie too many times. If they're relatively healthy and they have Patty Mahomes, I have a hard time saying no.
Yeah. I'm going to give him like 20%, but that's still higher than probably every team. I think it's really difficult to repeat. They showed that. They did it, to their credit, but to go 3 in a row, whether their record wasn't as good regular season.
Yeah.
Their path was maybe the most difficult. You said it was statistically the most difficult.
It was.
I don't know that it will get any easier. I think they have to get there, and if they get there with Mahomes and Reed, it just makes, and Spags and Kelce, all that stuff makes it very scary, but I think it's really difficult to repeat, but I would only, just repeat, so I'm going to give them like a 20% chance.
Wow. You hate the Chiefs. That's okay. I do too.
Okay.
Second out.
Last offseason, we had several quarterback change teams like Aaron Rodgers, Derek Carr, Baker Mayfield, and Jimmy G. Is there a quarterback to watch that might get a new home this offseason?
Not as good as that list.
No. I mean, Mitch Trubisky, he was just released.
Maybe Fields.
That's the big one. I was trying to look for another one that would compare. I mean, there's the thought, do you trade Fields and grab Caleb Williams, or as some would say, do you trade down and pair Marvin Harrison with Justin Fields? Thank you.
But could someone do something weird? Was it no, it was 2 off seasons ago when Russell Wilson.
I was just going to tell you the rumor du jour is that Russell Wilson's going to the Raiders. That's the one that you keep hearing on and off. I don't see anything really in the NFC that stands out to me other than Fields. I will say this. Something could happen in Seattle with the new coach.
Mm-hmm.
I could see Kyler Murray. Something might happen in Arizona. But, the interesting one to watch, Jason, I'm going to give you a dark horse. Watch Justin Herbert in L.A.
Really?
The only reason I'm saying that is because Jim Harbaugh is there. And I think Jim Harbaugh is the type of guy that if he gets in there and he's going to watch tape and he's the quarterback whisperer, I think Justin Herbert's great. But maybe Jim Harbaugh gets in there, he's like, this isn't going to fit my style. This is a guy I can see out of the blue. You see this Justin Herbert trade to a Raiders, name the team that needs him. And Harbaugh gets his guy, whomever that may be. So I'm not saying that for any reason other than Jim Harbaugh has the power to trade a franchise quarterback if he wants to.
Yeah.
And they have a franchise quarterback.
Any chance of they get the same coach, but Minnesota and Cousins?
Yeah, I think so. I do. I think so. I think there's always a chance there, especially with how scarce the quarterback position is. There's a lot of teams that love Kirk Cousins.
The other one, and maybe you're certainly not going to get value for what you gave up, but I always think keep your eye on Deshaun Watson too. But I just don't know the way Flacco and what he did was pretty amazing.
Yeah, it's just a matter of, so what does Flacco do next year? Does Baker Mayfield come back? And I mean, I know he's going to come back, but can he follow that up? What the hell are you doing in New Orleans? I don't know. Third down.
49ers backup quarterback Sam Darnold is a free agent. Do you think that the 49ers should keep him?
I mean, if it's cost effective.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I don't think they want to get burned with what they had in the NFC Championship game 2 years ago, right? I mean, that was terrible circumstances. Jimmy G wasn't healthy enough to even suit up. Brock got hurt, and then they were cooked. And so if Brock had gotten hurt this year, obviously it would have done some damage to him, but Darnold would have been able to fill the void.
Yeah.
So unless he's getting other amazing offers, I think it makes sense to bring him back.
100%. No, absolutely. And look, if he gets an opportunity somewhere else, someone wants to give him a starting role and he wants to get paid, and he gets paid, great. I think it's great. If you can have a backup like that knows the system, yeehaw. Fourth down.
The brand new UFL will kick off in late March. Any interest?
Nope.
Isn't that amazing? Not at all.
None.
Yeah,
I
me
have
neither.
absolutely zero interest.
And I love football.
I love football.
I love college football.
I'd love nothing more than to have something else to talk about in the summertime, as we always talk about, low content. You got to manufacture stuff. They're going to have to make me be interested, and I just don't know how the hell they'll do it.
Yeah, I think these other leagues, their best effort has been in the coaching names or owners or GMs, those kind of things, but that doesn't move the needle. They'll grab a player or two you've heard from college, but there's no impact there to me.
By the way, on the text line during the game yesterday, Herder and Brown had words, and after that, I don't think Herder even played. Did anybody else notice that? Number one, we talked about it earlier, and you can't listen to the whole show. I get that, but we did talk about that earlier. We talked about it with Katie as well. Secondly, is there a problem? No. Look, it's not like the Kelsey Reed thing, but Kevin Herter's being coached very hard this year. But I also think Kevin Herter is improving as a basketball player this year, and I think Mike Brown. What's the old term my teacher used to tell me? You don't waste time picking specks out of rotten apples. And I think Mike Brown recognizes that there's more to Kevin Herter's game, and he's really leaning on that. And it's a tough year for Kevin, but I think he's going to be better in the long run. And we've already seen some defensive improvements on his starting tonight. 100%, dude. We'll take a break. When we come back, we will crosstalk with Styles and Watkins next.
The Kings visit the defending champion Denver Nuggets tonight on Sactown Sports.
And again, Fox pokes it away. Grabbed by Sabonis. Throws it ahead. Fox runs under it. Goes for the two-hand flush.
Catch the Kings and the Champs tonight at 6 on your home for Kings basketball, Sactown Sports.
Get ready for an exciting drive in the 2024 Kia Forte GT line, now at Elk Grove Kia for just $19,988. Experience efficiency with an impressive 39 mpg, smooth rides with automatic transmission, and stay on track with a lane departure warning system for only $19,988. Enjoy modern conveniences with its huge 10.25-inch touchscreen with navigation and a rear camera, Bluetooth wireless technology, and the ease of push-button start for only $19,988. Or lease this incredible ride with no cash out of pocket for only $279 per month plus tax. You heard right. No money down and only $279 plus tax. Elk Grove Kia, where driving dreams come true. Visit us today in the Elk Grove Auto Mall or online at elkgrovekia.com.
Sale price $20,738. Dealer choice rebate $750. Net price $19,988. Must finance through Kia Finance 5 at this price. 24 monthly zero cash down. Residual of $16,390.50 gets to 10K per year. 20 cents a mile. Over 0 security deposit. Kia Tier 1 approval required. Expires 2/15/2024.
Elk Grove Kia.
The big dinner plate dahlias. I loved being in the garden, but I wasn't going to be able to because I couldn't not only walk, but I couldn't really stand on my foot without being in pain. It was excruciating. So my husband said, let's go to the Good Feet store.
For over 20 years, we've helped people like Terry live the life they love without letting their feet get in the way.
This nice young man said, I think I can help you. He got the arch support and I was fitted. And I kept walking back and forth across the store. And I looked at my husband and burst into tears because it was the first time in a year that I have not had any pain in my foot. I have had no pain since the day I bought them. Now I can do whatever I want. There isn't any place on my property that doesn't have flowers blooming 365 days a year. I still can't believe it. My name is Terry, and that's my Good Feet story.
See what we can do for you with a free personalized arch support fitting at the Good Feet store.
For sore feet, aching back, knee, or hip pain, come to the Good Feet store in Sacramento, Roseville, or Vacaville.
Have you Googled yourself lately? Are there negative posts from an ex-employee or from a former client? Maybe an outdated news article or sensitive personal information about your family? Search engines don't always get it right. For right or wrong, it's your reputation on the line. That's where Reputation Defender by Norton comes in. One of the most trusted names in online reputation repair, Reputation Defender has been fixing people's search results for over 15 years. Their cutting-edge approaches help you to wipe away unwanted information in your search results. They also promote the good stuff so that it rises to the top, helping you put your best foot forward. Your good name is too valuable to leave to the whims of a Google algorithm. Take control with Reputation Defender. You can start by getting your free reputation report card at reputationdefender.com or call 800-401-6681 to speak to an expert. That's 800-401-6681.
At aimyourdigital.com, we'll help you target the right audience, build your leads, and crush your quota. Take your business to the next level. Our digital marketing strategies help grow awareness of your product or service, all while building trust in your business. Our approach involves leveraging multiple tools and strategies to deliver exceptional results that are customized to your unique business needs. Don't wait to run out of sales leads. Keep your business growing. Get started with aimyourdigital.com today.
Elevate your drive with Acura of Stockton's President's Day savings. Unleash luxury and precision in a new Acura Integra, RDX, MDX, or TLX. Quality meets affordability with savings on our best selection. Get to AcuraofStockton.com and start your experience today. On the road in style. Visit us today or go to AcuraofStockton.com. Elevate your drive with Acura of Stockton, where precision-crafted performance is at your fingertips.
Birthdays are meant to be spent with family and friends, and nothing brings family and friends together better than freshly baked and home-delivered crumble cookies.
It's time for the news of the day.
The latest headlines, the biggest stories, hard-hitting analysis.
Yeah, this is none of those things.
And now,
here's Carmichael, Dave, and Jason Ross.
Come on, yeah. Come on. Let's do this. Come on. Yeah. Come on. Yeah. Yeah. Go on there. Come on. Good morning.
Good morning.
Tomorrow.
Good morrow?
Yes.
People didn't say that anymore.
Good
morrow.
It's from Role Models. Great movie.
What do you think? Fire Steve Wilkes and go get Bill Belichick. Give him $10 million.
Mm-hmm.
What do you think?
Yeah?
Yeah.
I don't think Bill listens to anybody.
$10 million. You're not doing anything, Bill. You're just sailing with your dog. $10 million.
Dog.
$10 million win a Super Bowl.
It's funny how Bill has found his way out of the coaching rotation, but other coaches haven't yet.
I know, right? I mean,
I get Mike Vrabel.
I wouldn't mind that.
Yeah. I do feel like there's a line, though, right? I guess the Bill Belichick's, the Ron Rivera's, hey, you've had enough time here.
Yeah, you've got arguably the greatest coach of all time is not coaching right now. And
You know what it
Brady
is?
thing.
Yeah. If Brady hadn't have won again, Belichick probably has a job right now, even with the same record.
I agree with you. And by the way, for all we know, I mean, was it Kraft's move or was it Belichick's move to leave? I find it hard to believe Bob Kraft is like, yeah, get out of here. I'm done with you, Billy. I don't know, maybe. Who knows? Hey, I got a really good one I was saying to Jason earlier on the Mahomes and Brady argument. Isn't it great when you break it down that if you divide Tom Brady's career numbers by 3, they're all Hall of Fame careers?
It's insane.
I don't think anybody in any sport, maybe Kareem, I don't think so, though. Maybe Kareem. I'd have to look at LeBron, has ever done that, though, where you could literally divide all their numbers by 3. LeBron, yeah, you're probably right. MJ.
I mean, you can even just look at Brady's last in his 40s, and that kind of is matching what Mahomes is doing now. In his ascension. And a lot of people, well, one thing, this is what we've been talking about. Everybody's saying that, oh, Brock is having such a hard time. People aren't being fair. I was listening to Will Compton today, Busting with the Boys, who, by the way, I met on the plane back or in the airport, got his number. So trying to get Will Compton on the show, Busting with the Boys. And he came out with a piece today that said, until Mahomes does it without Travis Kelce and Andy Reid, I don't want to compare him to Tom Brady, whether you agree or not. My point is goalpost moving. That's fine.
Let's say Jordan do it without Pippen.
No, but my point is simply that everybody acted like Brock was getting this rough go.
Right.
It happens to everybody.
Sure.
This is what people do.
Absolutely. And Andy Reid had a tough go before he went to the Chiefs.
There you go.
All righty. Today is National Cream-Filled Chocolates Day. It's also Valentine's Day, by the way. And it's celebrity birthdays. Talk about a great... You don't like cream-filled chocolates? I do. I mean, they're not my favorite thing. What about those cherries, the cherry chocolates? I don't really like the nougat or whatever's in it.
That's not nougat.
Look, it is Valentine's Day, and Valentine's Day, along with birthdays, were meant to be spent with family and friends, and no one brings that together. Nothing says I love you.
Like a crumble cookie.
Making eye contact with you. Or
I know.
Crumble cookies.
We're having a moment.
Okay, yeah. Hey, guys. Celebrity birthdays. It's awkward
now. Let's go with a couple of former Kings first. How about Tyus
Edney
Jones?
Tyus Edney.
Former UCLA player.
Yes, great.
Didn't he have that game winner at UCLA? Was that Tyus Edney?
Yes, coast to coast, 4.3 seconds to beat Missouri, round 2 of the NCAA tournament.
What I was
1 seed versus 8. I don't remember. It's in Boise, Idaho.
But weirdly enough, even though that was a long time ago, he's only 42.
Oh. I was going to go like 52.
Ugh,
so.
terrible guess.
47.
60.
Chris Watkins for the win, 51.
Wow. Is that
right? Former King and current Spurs assistant coach Darius Sangaila.
Oh my gosh! Remember when we got Darius Sangaila and Sergei Monia and it was on?
Yeah.
Darius,
the glory years.
And it was on.
It was so on. Darius Sangaila is 46.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
47.
I'll say, 49. I know.
45.
We have a correct answer. Carmichael Dave, 46.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Happy birthday to former Monarch. This is the Sacramento edition. Kara Lawson.
Kara Lawson. Did I see
Dude.
yesterday she's going to be an assistant on the Olympic team?
Correct.
Yeah, Kara.
Great speeches.
Oh, God. I'm going to say 31. My first rodeo.
Yeah.
Fellers.
I'll say 43.
42.
45.
We have a correct answer. Chris Watkins, 43.
Wow.
Happy birthday to Drew Bledsoe.
I love Drew.
Washington State's Drew Bledsoe. All right, so Drew Bledsoe was in the league. Okay, hold on. I know, right? I'm going to 33.
Brady's like 46.
Drew Bledsoe is 53.
That's what I was going to say. 52.
51.
I'm within a
54.
year, I know that.
Yeah, you guys are all close. But Alan is correct. 52. Happy birthday, Jim Kelly.
Kelly.
Oh.
And by the way, may I just say how happy I am that we're celebrating a birthday for Jim Kelly.
True. Good point.
I think Jim's 64.
63.
66.
65.
Carmichael Dave, correct. 64.
Let's go!
Wow.
Kings last night, Kings tonight, some Niners post-mortem, and more fun and hijinks from Styles and Watkins. How close am I?
Nailed it.
Nailed it?
What's up with that?
All right.
Ooh-wee.
The best midday show on sports in Sacramento coming up next.
The Sacramento Kings play here.
He's got the triple. Sacramento takes the lead. Outstanding ball movement by Sacramento.
Every triple, every jam, every Kings win.
Sabonis with the jam over the Joker. He's got the three-point shot.
Get your Kings fix all season long.
Right here on your home of the Sacramento Kings.
Here's a steal by Fox. The breakaway. He's got the rip with the left hand.
Sactown Sports at SactownSports.com.
Around here at Wrangler, we are all excited for spring. Or nights, when you've got your pick of shorts and jeans, either works just fine. Blue skies, open roads. Wrangler.